Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
We are here. You missed it, P, when you weren't here. Darrick gave us like a, I don't even know how to explain.
He put on his best Stevie Wonder.
He went kind of
I had to show him the vocals live on television.
If my boys do what they supposed to do on Thursday and Friday, do it again Saturday because I won't be here.
Hey, all right.
Shout out to Baby Bro and St. Pat's, baby. We going down Stinnate.
That's such a great accomplishment, man.
It is.
It was such a dream of mine when I was in high school to compete for
It's
a
a
state
crazy
championship.
dream, man. It's a crazy
And to see
dream.
him doing, especially doing it in your
What
senior
gave you
year.
that dream?
I just always wanted a ring, and I knew I wouldn't make it to the NBA. So I thought the only chance I would probably have to do it is in high school.
So another team you wasn't gonna make.
In football, we was close.
No, I was just talking.
We was really
Y'all
close.
was really close. Like, no, people, we be on some funny stuff, but football, I thought y'all were gonna do it.
I thought we were too.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I cried on the way on when we. That was the only time in sports I've actually like boo-hoo cried.
Was it in the locker room or on your way home?
On the way home once we got in the bus. I like looked out, I was looking out the window and I just broke down.
A lot of y'all probably was crying.
Yeah. It was just like, damn, this is the last time I'll be on the bus. This is the last time. Like everything was just like, this is the last time. And like, it really hurt.
Was it a close game?
In that last game, nah.
Seriously, what was the score?
Like 50-something to like 14.
You should have started crying in the third quarter, brother. But no, man, I'm just so proud of them dudes, man. They beat the team on the court on the same stage that they lost to last year.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So
They
to
got
be
their
able to-
revenge.
Yes, to be able to get your revenge. It's nice. It was a dramatic game. They had to be resilient.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So it was a
saying?
one point victory.
It was, but it was like the dude threw a shot up at the end.
Okay.
And he made it.
Oh.
So it wasn't like somebody hit a game winner or
okay.
had a game winning missed shot. They was up 4, and the dude hit the 3 as the time expired, and you know they really didn't care at that. But he just ran.
Exactly. I just wanted to do it. I don't care how much I win by. What happens as long
He
as
shot it, he made it, and they ran. They like, yay, we won. Nobody cared that he hit the shot. It was like, but the other team played hard too. But I just loved the resiliency that they had because the team had control for different spots of the game.
Yeah.
And St. Pat's kept fighting and fighting and fighting. And
Do they know who they play Saturday?
yes, my mind is going blank
that's
though.
cool.
But yeah, they know who they. Brother Rice.
Oh,
Brother Rice.
they got, what's his name?
Brother Rice.
He used to go to Hinsdale South, right?
Oh yes,
The shooter.
Yes.
Oh, for real?
yes.
His stuff transfer with them?
Number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He watched.
He's a fan of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
I'm sorry we got to root against you, though.
Hell yeah.
Go St. Pat's, man.
So yeah, go out there Thursday. Spend the night. They play Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
So they take care of business. Like I said, I would not be here Saturday.
I don't blame you. I want y'all to go celebrate.
I'm gonna be pouring honey on goats.
So Saturday would be the state championship.
No. That would be Friday. But I'm not coming Saturday.
okay.
As long as they do what they do what they supposed to do.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna celebrate.
I don't
Celebrate
blame you.
my baby brother.
celebrate with
it's a
them.
4.
So it's a Final Four.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
So
So
it's
then
the Final Four.
Oh my God, that's
So
crazy.
you go downstate Final Four, Champaign, Illinois.
I was thinking maybe 16-team tournament or something.
Oh, no.
No,
We
no,
do
no.
that here, baby. We had a regional, then you have a section. Well, the regional is 2 games. Then you have a sectional, which is 2 games. And then last night was your super sectional,
yeah.
which takes you to state for the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, because imagine we go down there and there was a 16-team bracket at the
Yeah.
state for 4 days. I ain't staying 4 days in Champaign. I barely want to stay to 1 day.
I remember going to the super sectional games. It used to always end up being Aurora West, I think, or something like that, and Proviso East. And those games used to always be crazy as hell at Hinsdale Central. Me and Roscoe used to always go.
Yeah, somebody was saying yesterday that they should start having like the state champion, like all this Final Four at the Wintrust Arena
Oh, okay.
instead of having it all the way in Champaign, and because of the vibe in the arena of last night in UIC, because it's in the city.
Yes.
So people ain't got to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and you could get that same vibe for the actual championship state games. Because it was electric in the building, and the game after went into overtime. It's Austin School. They're going to state. They beat the #1 team in Kenwood. So
Oh wow.
it was a vibe. It was a vibe. But Yeah, man. So whatever happened to last night NBA news, y'all can fill me in, baby. I know my Knicks kicked some ass. That's all I know. I saw Kevin Durant getting Desmond Bain face.
Yeah, they said the YNs got to KD. Got him out his body.
Wasn't it Cam Spencer that started it?
Cam Spencer started, yep. Cam Spencer. Then all of a sudden, I knew Cam Spencer started it because I went on Twitter and my mention said, you got to get Cam Spencer on Teed Up. You got to get Cam Spencer. I'm like, where is this coming from? And then I see Desmond Bain and Kevin Durant face. And I was like, oh, Cam Spencer must have been a part
Kevin
of this.
Durant pushed him, too. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro.
Cam Spencer was hooping too. He came out in that. I think he had like 11 or 12 in that first quarter, something like that.
The Bulls played yesterday?
Yeah, they did.
They won?
Yeah.
Josh Giddey was hooping again?
He was 2 points away from his career high, and he fucked his ankle up. In the
Damn.
fourth quarter, up by 18, 4 minutes left.
Who was they playing? A weak team, right?
The Pacers.
Oh, the
But this
Pacers.
is something I've never seen before. The Bulls
Not
were
a
up by
weak team.
14 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter, and Rick Carlisle was like, that's it. He threw the towel in the third quarter.
What?
It was like Johnny Furphy, James Johnson, come hoop.
James Johnson played?
He missed the dunk, and then he grabbed his hip. It was like, and Stacey King was talking about him being old. Like, oh, man, again.
He must have really just been pissed off at them.
Yeah, but because they got the Bucks coming up, I think tonight or tomorrow, so they're preparing for the more.
I thought about you.
When the Bucks lost, when they lost to the Magic that first game, and
I was like, uh-oh.
and I was like, this
Eric
is the
just
game.
talked about that schedule.
This was the game that y'all really needed because now I think they play the Lakers next, and
Well, the
You can get
Lakers
past
losing to the
now.
Nets.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. I
No
forgot.
LeBron.
Well, for some reason, we just have a hard time against the Nets because last game, too, it came down to like a one-shot type thing.
Well, last night y'all just got outworked.
Yes, y'all did. It was
Y'all-
18 offensive boards given up, including the one
The
that sealed game.
freest board
Yeah.
in the world you could probably think of. Like, it
What
literally
happened?
rolled off the rim and probably could have touched the ground. Basically, it was a bad night for the Lakers. Like, there was times we had the lead, but it's against the Nets. They're not going to just give up and back down. So they fought back, eventually took the lead. And I think it was probably the main part is they were up 6 with like 15 seconds to go. Luka hits a big 3. They got their little chance or whatever to get a shot up. Actually, it's more than 24. It's more than possession. They have their one shot. They shoot the ball. We just need one rebound so it could be a one possession game. I don't think there was one Laker in the paint. Pete.
Who got the rebound? Day'Ron Sharp? You know he a
I
glass.
forget who got
Was it
it.
Clowney?
Oh yeah, it was Noah Clowney. Noah Clowney. He
But
came
I'm
from
talking
the, he
about
came from the
like
corner.
you would have thought it was they blew the whistle, it was a dead ball. No, we just gave up the freest rebound and basically ruined our shot at having a little miraculous comeback.
I don't know. That boy Luka not bursting the way. It ain't like he was ever, the most. Gifted athlete.
This is why I say he needs those big body screens to help him get a little bit more space.
So you
to help him
saying
create.
he need a screen?
Did
or
Jackson
be
Hayes play
effective?
last night?
No, it was Alex Lynn as they starting center.
Oh,
And Trey Jemison.
I would have rather started him.
And we only had like an 8-9 man rotation, but I'm kind of surprised Cam Reddish don't get no
real burn.
yeah.
It's crazy because at some point he was actually he worked his way back into the starting lineup.
You know what's even crazier?
What up?
He a part of the brotherhood. JJ Redick is a dookie. Cam Reddish is a dookie. Coach K needs to call JJ and say, listen, that's the brotherhood. What are you doing? But last night we did the whole game, and then I didn't get home till late. So when I saw what the topic was for the show, I did my work, and I didn't get a chance to watch anything besides the Kevin Durant push. You got the you dig for us though?
I do.
Let's drop the mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places. Today's Drop the Mic presented by Toyota is voting fatigue good or bad for the NBA?
I think it's bad because I think when you talk about a deserving award, it's kind of hard to say I'm not going to give it to this dude because he's won it 3 times. I just, like, if he's still getting better and playing at a dominant level, wouldn't I want to award him for continuously doing the same stuff? Like, I feel like that's something that we should do. Like, why would I just, like, when Rudy Gobert won 4 DPOYs and, like, 6 years or something like that. That was granted. That was very warranted. And even though some NBA players may hate on it, but honestly, it is what it is. But I think we should definitely continue to vote for guys based on what they're doing on the court.
The MVP is the only award with real voters fatigue. Think about it. Like you said, DPOY, they're okay with giving it to one guy getting it 4 times if he deserves it 4 times. All NBA, nobody's like, LeBron been on first team 12 times. You can't give it to him for the 13th time. Like, this really is the only award that they have voters fatigue for. I'm kind of like, obviously it sucks, but when somebody is so dominant for so long and you look at a stat line, you watch them play, like, yeah, that's just what Jokic do. And then you're like, oh, we got this nice intriguing 26-year-old dude in OKC who's been averaging 30 for 2 years in a row, but this year it feels a little bit different. I can't blame anybody that feels that way. But the unfortunate part is, if we stop voters fatigue, right? We stop voters fatigue right now. I just think about the history of the award now, right? Because LeBron could have 8 MVPs if voters fatigue did not exist. So like now we talk about the reputation of the award a long time, and it might get skewed if we just say, fuck voters fatigue. The best player in the world wins it every single year.
I don't think it necessarily has to go to the best player in the world.
Goes to the most valuable.
Yeah, it has to go to the most valuable.
Which I think is almost synonymous. Who's more valuable than the best player in the world?
I guess there's also always context.
Well, when Kevin Durant won it, I didn't feel like he was better than LeBron, but he was the most valuable to his team, in my opinion.
Yeah. Same with Russell Westbrook, James Harden.
All
when they
these
won it, they weren't the best they weren't the best players in the world.
I thought all of those people had valid cases too. I didn't feel like it was like when I wanted to see those guys win, it wasn't because I didn't want to see LeBron win. It's just because I feel like those dudes checked the boxes that LeBron checks when he won his MVP award. When Russell Westbrook won it, I felt like it was something we had never seen. He had a triple-double and was carrying a team that we didn't think was all of that good. He seemed to be the most valuable player based off of the talent and how far that team came after losing a talent like Kevin Durant. And so that didn't make him the best player in the world, but he was the most valuable that year, in my opinion. Now, if somebody else think differently, that's fine. But like voters fatigue, what Darrick said, when you just tired of seeing somebody, that's just stupid to me. I like, oh man, I'm rooting against this team because, I'm rooting against him not to get it because he's getting it too much. That don't make sense to me, personally.
Do you think most valuable player can be skewed in a way? And the reason I say that is because, like, obviously Shea is one of the top. We all had him with top 3 in our last episode. One of the 3 best players in the world this year. But when he sat against the Trailblazers, they still wiped that ass without 5 starters.
Yeah.
So does that mean he's less valuable than, like, if Jokic sits, the motherfuckers is losing every single game?
No, because the Blazers, first and foremost, are not that good of a team compared to OKC on any standpoint, number one. And if we take away Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for a big chunk of the season, the Thunder aren't the same. We can all agree. We don't even need to see that to say that. And that's what makes him valuable to his team. Same thing with Jokic. There can be multiple valuable people. It's going to be a lot of valuable players. But
no, I'm thinking most valuable.
I was gonna say,
that's what the voting and all of the shit that we have intact, that's what they decided for.
Yeah.
It's not for them to say Jokic got it already, so we're giving it to somebody else. That for the people that have a vote, now it's time to accurately do your job and do your due diligence. However you seem to want to make that choice, that's what you go by. But like, if you take any of these guys in the conversation or most of them off of their team, then it's probably gonna be a big drop off. And the only time that does not you can make an argument for that is when you had the Big 3 Miami, when you had the Golden State Warriors with that conglomerate, I'll call it, of talent. And then it's like, yeah, okay, Kevin Durant don't play for 15 games, you'll still have Steph Curry, Clay, and Draymond. And that's why none of them got it.
I want to say there has to be some, like...
Nobody got it from that, right? No. Yeah, so it's like,
I don't even think you can really always try to gauge it off, like, the value. Because, in my personal opinion, I would still say in that, like, hypothetical, Jokic just still have the value because the Nuggets team just is not on the same level as that OKC team.
Right. That's why he would,
So it's a lot of factors into it. I was trying to see, like, if you have 2 candidates that are awfully close, can
Shea
you look
also
at
didn't
that
have
type of
Chet.
thing?
That's a valid argument in his case.
That
if
is
you
a
were
really
making
big
it.
Chet.
They didn't have that.
They didn't have anything.
They didn't have a center for a minute.
And they didn't have Caruso either during that stretch either.
Which stretch?
When they didn't have Hardenstein.
No, but I'm saying the Chet thing was like a big. He was going for the most.
That was going damn near too. That was going into his case for MVP.
Right. So it's like that's an argument for him. Like those are the things that we have to take into the conversation that is going to vary for each candidate. But that's why they say narrative matters and all of that. And I agree. It does matter and it takes a part. But at the end of the day, we have people in position who have a job to vote. And, you know, you have to use whatever you're going to use to vote. But, yeah, I don't think that the award necessarily goes to – I get what you're saying. Sometimes when you win an MVP, it's, you know, you want to be called the best player in the world.
Well,
but there's been a lot of people who can win that award and then they go into the playoffs and somebody else is the best player in the world. Like Kawhi Leonard in 2019, he didn't win MVP. Who won it that year?
Is that Harden's year?
Oh, Harden.
Oh, well, that might be
I think that's
Giannis'
Giannis' year.
It's
Yeah.
That's Giannis' year.
Right, but Kawhi went into the playoffs and was like, all right, cool. I'm still, you know what I mean?
Kawhi's one of those weird players where regular season he never really cared to even try to fight for an MVP.
He in it, second once, I think?
Yeah.
With the Spurs?
Yeah, I think he in the second once. But this goes into one of the things. This is Mike Malone. If you didn't know Nikola Jokic had won 3 MVPs, you put player A and player B on paper, he wins 10 times out of 10. What do y'all think about that?
I think he's right.
I think he's right.
Yeah.
I think he's right.
Where this question literally comes from, because I know you said you didn't really get a chance to watch none of the games or whatever, but
They got the get back. Yeah.
that was part of their press conference, and he was saying that, like, man, I'm rooting for, I'll root for Shea. Like, I'm not gonna hate on nothing like that going on in the league.
feel the
Like,
same
we have
way.
a really good league, but I'm gonna put on for my guy because I honestly believe if you, like you said, you ship it down 10 times out of 10, this guy's probably gonna get picked.
That man Jokic was trusting everybody on that court last night. Like the OKC they both were doing the same damn thing where they were daring the certain players to shoot the ball, but the Denver Nuggets guys just did it better that night. Other than Lou Dort. No, I don't think so. I don't remember seeing him on the court at least.
No,
but
Dort was amazing. last night.
Dort hit what,
He had like
26.
26.
He
He
hit
had like
8 threes,
26,
yeah.
and they was just daring him to shoot. But then on the other side, Peyton Watson, Russell Westbrook,
Big goofball Jamal was on.
and then Jamal Murray was on his burner, bro.
That fourth quarter, they was unstoppable. I don't know if they missed a shot the entire fourth quarter.
They
That's what it
literally
felt like
came
it
out
was.
in the first 6 minutes. They had hit like 5 or 6
You know
threes.
it's gonna be a good night though, because I think Russ had the first like pull up basket, like first points on the board, and he also hit a quick 3 too. So I was like, you know, he probably feeling good because the announcers was like, yeah, he definitely struggled the other night. So
Peyton Watson was talking his shit to OKC bench. He hit a few threes over there in that corner, and he was popping his shit at that bench, bro.
I'm watching the Nuggets broadcast and they were like, you know, it's the second night of a back-to-back. We basically don't lose those.
Oh yeah, they did say they were the best team on back-to-backs in the league.
They're 12-1 on back-to-backs now.
Wow.
That's impressive.
12-1.
Wow. If
That's-
only you had back-to-backs in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah. Facts.
Because usually I feel like it's hard to get up for that. But honestly, I also heard coaches say the first game of a back-to-back is usually the toughest game versus the second night.
I would think, I would definitely think it's the other way around for like fatigue reasons.
Right.
Yeah. Especially because that last game was close until it wasn't. So, like, most people played high minutes. You
Yeah.
know? So, yeah, it's a weird thing, especially when Jokic was questionable coming in with his elbow stuff. It was cool. First game, we saw a Shea performance. Second game, we saw a Jokic performance. So, it's like right back.
And
to where
fatigue
it all
seemed
And I
to
hope
never.
people wasn't trying to take away from it too because J-Dub didn't come back or whatever. But
Wins are wins.
Yeah, it was a win. And they put up 140 points against a team that's arguably they one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, they're still experimenting. Since iHeart and Chet have been back, they're really experimenting with the double big lineup, and their defensive numbers have dropped as they're trying to figure out exactly what type of shifts they do and so on. Yesterday was a good example of that. It was tough.
I was looking at it. I didn't really like it. And I understand it, like, just for lineup purposes or whatever you want to decide or try to just kind of mess with things. But Chet, I just felt like he was just standing at the perimeter. And, like, I felt like a lot of his game is he's able to use his size to his advantage. And I don't know. I felt like three straight possessions, he had just jacked up a 3.
Let me see what the numbers say, because once upon a time when they had 80 minutes together, it was looking pretty good. But since then, I wouldn't be surprised if it has shifted because you
80
get
minutes is a pretty
performances
small
like this.
sample size. It could have just been coincidence of who they were going against.
143 minutes together, net rating plus 10.
Oh.
When it's just Chet with no Isaiah Hartenstein, 121 minutes, net rating of 21.3. Just iHeart is a minus 10.
Oh shit.
iHeart, no,
And
yesterday.
these are in games they've played together, by the way. So it doesn't
Okay,
account for
that
the
doesn't
time
account
Chet
for- okay.
was out and it was just Hartenstein.
Yesterday had to be probably the game where I seen Hardenstein missed his floater like the most.
Oh yeah.
He missed one at like the end of the end of the half or whatever. He clapped his hands real hard, like he was pissed because these
That's
are like
usually money.
It's like 2 feet,
It's
3
usually
feet
money.
away, and he just short.
I remember
short.
when he started doing it. It
In the
seemed
play-
like in the playoffs last year, that's when he really started doing it. It was like, damn, he is not gonna miss that little ass shot, bro.
Yeah.
I could imagine playing against that.
It's one of the best go-to shots from somebody that's not like a star. Like star players usually have those go-tos. And
It's
then
like a little push shot.
yeah, it's like
trying
him,
to think of.
and then like Kuzma's running hook. It's not as effective, but when it go in, it's pretty cool to
I
watch.
mean, Xavier Simpson's hook shot is pretty damn unguardable.
But he's hadn't been in the league for a little
What, in
minute.
summer league?
A little minute. Shout out
Was
to
Xavier Simpson also the one that was stopping and just,
No.
you know how you do a
remember
Euro
him
and you
Yeah.
just
I
stop
know,
on
you
that one leg? and
I know
just-
what you're talking about.
Stephon Castle's deceleration is one of the best in the league. It's kind of crazy how he does it.
I watched him against the Wolves, and he put his whole shoulder into Nas Reed's chest twice.
Yeah.
One of the times Nas Reed fell straight to the floor. on
No,
the dunk.
he's
I'm like, damn.
Stephon Castle, a very strong driver, but he's also got the finesse. He knows how to balance the two.
We got a 14-game win streak from the Cleveland Cavaliers. They got a game tonight against the Brooklyn Nets to potentially make it 15. The Brooklyn Nets obviously riding the high after beating the Lakers. But a 15-game win streak would be insane.
I just don't know. They damn like we were talking about it last night on Linear shows. It's like you asked us what was the weakness of them, and I was like, it's kind of hard to nitpick this team. They damn near flawless.
That's what you're doing.
Like,
You really are nitpicking.
like they're
man.
damn near flawless. It's really hard to find anything wrong. And when you have the depth that they have, it's not really a lot of pressure on the starters to consistently go out sometimes and have to put on these crazy performances. Because Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter can win you a game, and they've shown that, especially since they moved DeAndre Hunter to the bench. And it's just Niang even won them a game recently. Like they
Niang?
He played for the
That
Hawks.
had to be a month ago.
Oh no, I'm thinking about the Hawks. Yeah, he won the Hawks that game.
Yes, he did.
'Cause I
That
was like, Niang is out here hooping, but yeah, I don't know why I envisioned
He
him.
was hooping when he was with the Cavs.
No, yeah.
He was still 40, like 3% three-point
He
shooter.
was
when
doing
they
his
traded
thing,
him.
bro.
Yeah.
But no, that
Jared
depth
Dudley.
is crazy.
He's Jared Dudley, the 2020.
He put the ball on the floor a little bit more at this age.
He
Don't
get, he
sleep
get
on
post touches
J-Dub.
now.
Don't sleep on J Dub, Boston College finest.
I remember playing college basketball. He was the man. He won like
Player of the year.
player of the year
Yep.
every simulation. He was that nasty.
But
Little
yeah,
ass braids.
the Cavs are nice, man. Look, I made a video. I didn't get a chance to put it out because I had to rush yesterday, but I still got the Celtics as my team to beat. I just think that they check a lot of the boxes for the 7 games, but it ain't impossible.
No,
Right?
yeah.
They ain't unbeatable.
If
And
there
a
is
team-
one team in the East that I trust to beat them, it's the Cavs.
Yeah.
I don't really trust any other team in the Eastern Conference to really compete with the Celtics, except for maybe the Bucks.
I was about to say we did.
No,
the
no,
radio
yeah,
show.
I was
You
about to
said-
say
Yesterday he was
no,
saying
I
he
was
was
about to say
War
except
for
the
Bucks.
Bucks are a little on the fence, but when I'm like really confident in the Cavs.
So if they were playing the series today, you would pick the Cavs, or you just saying if you had to pick a team,
Yeah, if I had to pick a team,
but you would still pick the Celtics.
yeah, but like close enough to beat them is the Cavs for sure.
I mean, Porzingis said he's dealing with
Viral illness.
unknown viral illness, which sounds ridiculous because obviously they got the best doctors in the world as a professional athlete, and the fact that they can't identify what it is.
I wonder,
is kinda
does he get to
scary.
name it?
I mean, I guess that's how viruses work, right? It's just like a star or a planet.
If you
discover
if you find an animal that's
I would hate to be the first one to experience
a
something
new
new.
species, you get to name it.
Because I would love to be able to know what's gonna happen.
That's got to be a scam though, right? Buying a star.
Depends on what you mean by scam. Because I think a lot of that money gets donated to something.
Probably
Oh,
NASA,
okay.
So it's like
right? And they
if
just
it's
go
a
to NASA.
donation, and it's like buying a plot of land in some like random country. It's like, yeah, I own this 1-by-1 box, but like the money's going to charity, so it doesn't matter. Give me a certificate, please. We talked about the Bucks. Back to that Celtics conversation. I think I still do have the Celtics as the favorite, but I always try to figure out is that because we've seen it? You know what I mean? We just watched it last year.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
In a way, yes, but also no. But like,
Because I
like,
picked them last year without seeing it.
Same. But I think that there was no like, who had won the year before? The Warriors. the Warriors weren't really in conversation, so we kind of needed to pick somebody.
Did the Warriors win? No, the Nuggets.
The Nuggets won it.
I'm about to say the
You're a few
Celtics ain't
years-
won
you-
in 3 consecutive years. The Nuggets won it. The Warriors won it the year before. Nuggets beat
Okay,
the Heat.
right. My timeline's messed up. I think I might have went into the playoffs like the Nuggets are the team, though, because I'm just so familiar with the Nuggets
Yeah.
off their championship run. I knew that the Boston Celtics was going to run through the East, but if I remember correctly, going into it, I think I had the Nuggets as my reigning champ, like my champion again. I could be wrong there.
I know we love the Nuggets in the playoffs, but I had the Celtics win it. They were just so good. And that's why I still have them. Even though we've seen it, I felt this way without us seeing it because they just, I mean, every weakness that they have, they negate it. You can get up there and you can talk about they'll get to the rim and the free throw line. Well, they shoot the most threes and they shoot it at a high clip. So the points that they miss at the free throw line, they get it back. Oh man, they don't force turnovers. Well, they don't turn the ball over either. They're second in the league in turnovers.
I thought for like the game against my Lakers, I felt like they really turned it up,
They
especially
turned it up.
defensively.
Turned it up
And
like a high school team.
And Jalen
that's
Brown
just
always get
like-
up for those matchups.
That's what keeps me trusting in them to be able to go back to back. Is I've seen them play lackadaisical or just kind of go through the motions, but then I've seen that team right there, and it's like I don't know who. That's a team that I don't know who beats in a 7-game series. I really don't.
That's what made me make my video. I know it's just a regular season game in 82, and they didn't have Porzingis, y'all didn't have Hayes. But you watch that game.
Because those two things.
Hayes has been important, bro.
I know how
But I
fan
have
bases
Hayes
are.
and Alex Lynn out there.
That just shows you how
No
tapped in
facts,
I
no
am in the
facts.
fan base. But we didn't have our starting center, even though it's Jay. I get it. But man, like to see them snap in, to see Jaylen Brown get up, he's their worst 3-point shooter that's ever gonna really be on the floor at 32%. And it's like, well,
And
he's
you
the
still
Finals
don't,
MVP.
yeah, and you still don't want to leave him.
And
open
he's the
either.
one that's going to attack downhill. You know what I mean? He's so it's just like I just look at the things that they do. Y'all tried to hunt Al Horford, looked foolish. He ended up being a
Al
star of the
Horford
game.
still gets
Hey.
it done at this age.
At this
I don't
age.
even know how.
His
no more,
ability
bro.
to switch on the Luka in that game was ridiculous.
That might
And
be
LeBron.
my least favorite thing about the Luka era so far.
What?
Is that even last night, it was like, we're not running anything. Luka, go just do you. And
Yeah.
he's just not looking like the same version of himself. So those possessions feels lost.
Outside of
Yeah.
the shots that he hit, that you like, how the hell he made that?
Yeah. He'll do a couple of those a game. But like, hunting Al Horford wasn't a problem because he's not getting past Al Horford
No,
anymore.
Al Horford was literally just bodying him up
Yeah.
and like standing right in front of him. I'm like,
Good
whoa.
thing y'all got a month, 6 weeks into the playoffs. And in that 6 weeks, I think he'll get that burst back or whatever. But
I would hope so.
They
no,
switch everything.
Jaylen Brown was there.
Oh
When
yeah,
Porzingis come back, he's a legitimate rim protector, and he shoots 40% from 3 in the 30 games he's played. Peyton Pritchard, 40%. Sam Howell's a damn near 40%. Derrick White, 40%. Tatum had a pass. He threw over his head. Motherfucker went to the corner of the out of bounds, and he shot it like it was nothing. Net. I saw J.J. Redick over there about to throw a fit because y'all kept giving up corner threes. It's just like, then don't talk about Jason Tatum. Don't even get me started on him.
Yeah, a big dude.
Come on, man. Big
big
deuce.
dude. He said,
Shitting on the league.
he said, don't call me an anomaly.
Big
I'm
dude
deuce.
shitting on the league, man. So, I mean, then defensively, it's unfair to be able to go out defensively and have Drew Holiday, Derrick White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and they can just – and then you throw Al Horford when Porzingis ain't playing, he could switch too.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like-
had said it's kind of crazy that Jaylen Brown has Derrick White and Drew Holiday on his team, but he's like, nah, I want the other team's best player in these big time moments because I want it to be on me if we end up losing this game or he has some crazy performance. I don't want to put that pressure on y'all. I'm gonna take the smoke, and I always like that from guys who are top of like he doesn't have to do that because he still has to go out and get 25. So
You made a face. I don't know if it was intentional. Maybe it's the light.
No, it was because these are basically the conversations we had on Linear yesterday. So I feel like
Oh.
I'm deja vu. It's just
Oh,
like,
bad.
so
certain-
you're saying the same thing. He repeating himself.
I mean, no, but it's the same conversation. So, it is what it is.
You're repeating it. You cheating.
Is Jaylen Brown the best Luka defender in the league? Can
It
we give
seems
him
like
that
it.
title after the finals last year and then this one regular season game?
it seems like it seems like Jaylen
Andrew
Brown,
Wiggins that one year does have he got a chance for it.
It's hard to
They'll
say.
never see each other again. That's crazy.
It's hard to say because I feel like, especially in the playoffs last year, that scheme was just so good. They gap up on everything, and he got to just go full. into him, and if any screens, anything, it's like Drew Holiday got you for that position. That's
And
cool.
then-
Y'all want to scream and Drew get him.
And then Jason Tatum did a great job on the bigs, eliminating the lobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Al Horford eliminated a lob that he tried to get to Jared Vanderbilt
Yeah.
the other day.
So
Al Horford is almost 40 as well.
They have to
And he'll
convince him
still
to
do
keep
it,
playing, man. If they win back to back, he like, all right, I'm gone. That's going to be a instrumental hole that they would have to feel that I just don't know where you get that from.
Didn't they say on the broadcast in that Lakers game that if they won back-to-back, he'd be like the third player in basketball history to win back-to-back in college and in the NBA?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Who was the other guys?
It's like, it's either Sam Jones, one of the Joneses, and then another player from like the 60s.
Wow.
Was it Kareem at UCLA? I don't remember. It was something
okay.
like that. It's elite-ass company. That's all you need to know.
How many teammates have won championships in college and in the NBA?
in college.
Like together
Yeah.
in both? We got this year's champion about to do it.
Who?
DeAndre Hunter, Ty Jerome.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
oh,
I can't think of
So
anything
you already
else.
put your parlay in for them?
Nah. I wish I did at the beginning of the season. I did put money on
They
the
odds
over.
had to be.
That's
se-
already
they
cashed.
had to be nice at the beginning of the season.
For sure. I don't know if there's anybody else. I feel like there has to be. I can't think of it.
Yeah. I asked Ty Jerome the same thing.
He said he don't know.
He said he didn't know.
Because I feel like if you're going to win the draft or win the NBA or the NCAA one, y'all not about to get drafted to the same team. So y'all got to wait for 7 years to find your way on the same team.
yeah.
It has to be a good team.
It has to be a championship team.
Unless y'all both weak as hell.
True.
Well, let me not say weak as hell, old as hell. Because the NBA don't like old. So if you like 23-year-old senior on a team and y'all play, like hypothetically Cooper Flag with Duke, he's going to be the first pick. But if he played with two upperclassmen, it'll be late first round, second round. They end up on the same team. But then one of y'all probably get y'all ass cut.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain. I can't think of anything. Also, I don't know enough about college championships to say like, oh yeah, in 2009, this is who won it. I ain't got it like that.
For real?
That would be
got it
tough.
like that.
Well, my years be blurred too. 2009 feel like when Duke.
Hell,
beat,
I have trouble on NBA years.
2009 feel like when Butler beat Duke though. Gordon Hayward. Right, Christian?
2009.
2009 Duke beat Butler national championship. 2000.
I was thinking Kemba, but I didn't want to say it just in case I was.
Kimba
gonna look
walk
like
across
a
him over.
jackass.
Somebody falling.
You know what came? 2000. Okay. You know what came up on my timeline?
What?
You remember when NBA players were doing that?
He said he was
4-bar
wrong, by the way. They can't hear him.
4-bar Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Paul George did one.
Oh man.
And I got
Baby.
the video on my
Stop,
phone. I forgot
stop,
to send it
stop,
to y'all.
Stop.
But it's so funny
Stop.
to hear these people rap because who do you think if you had to guess the style of Paul George rap?
Too short.
No, probably
It's
not
so
too
bad that not the Too Short is bad, but it's so random that I'm E40.
The vibe is
He's
very
from Fresno.
is Nas-esque, but it's not Nas. You
Send
know
me
what
the
I mean?
video right
I
now.
got you. I got you.
Y'all talk while I listen to this.
That's
video.
actually crazy.
And
Did
then
LeBron have one?
yes, he did.
He did?
Yeah.
He said, "I'm trying to wear the crown until my sons make it," or something like that. And like, damn, he already got one of his sons in the league
That
right
way
now.
foreshadowing.
He still got that crown, don't he?
He still
Y'all remember
got the
D-Rose
crown.
one?
No,
No, I
I'm
didn't know
joking.
I'm about to
You
say.
know Derrick Rose, they doing that shit.
I was about to say it was a video. I know he throwing something up in that video.
He
You
better
crazy.
not.
What else happened
better
around the
than
league
that.
yesterday?
Jimmy Butler had his first triple-double as a Warrior.
He did.
He
Okay.
had a shot at the end of the game, and Anthony Simons didn't really like that, and he went and hit a 3, and then Anthony Simons got 30. It was like, everybody wins. Everybody wins. They still been dominating, though.
Didn't he end up with 30?
I don't know.
I think he did.
Who did?
Denny. He's
I didn't double check to
Denny?
see what he finished
Denny's
with.
been hooping.
But he
Bro,
was- he
Denny's
was-
been in his bag.
He been standing out.
2009 was UNC. 2010 was Duke. 2011 UConn.
Okay.
2008 Kansas.
34, 16, and 6 for
From
Denny.
Denny?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
Denny.
he's been on
Two
a
steals
burner.
with it, too.
He cashed me out like a week ago, like in the first half.
He did? What'd
It
you
was
take?
3.5 assists was plus 110. 3.5 assists? He got
And
that
don't
in
he
the
play?
first half.
He's
Yeah,
going to play
right.
starter, man.
And that was that game when people had the picture of him and then like when you got, you know what I'm saying? When you wake up and you do this and the image is different, and it was like him and Luka. Because that game he had like 28, 10, and 9 or something like that. High roller.
He was serious.
He was so serious.
He was serious.
Dame used to be on IG Live with
He
it.
rapped like Dame.
I was on Twitter yesterday, and they had
High
brought back
roller.
that old
Oh,
commercial,
when he
bro.
say California soldier.
Have y'all seen that? It kind of resurfaced back. It was an old commercial where Ben Simmons walks in, and it's like,
Yeah,
bro, they
Towns.
look young as
They young as
hell,
hell, yeah.
bro. Did you end up seeing it?
No.
That's
Bro.
so good commercial where like D'Angelo Russell took Cat phone like, man, you won't be
Bro.
doing this and through it.
I'm talking about Ben Simmons
That's
fit
funny.
crazy.
That's
Ben Simmons fit crazy.
Yeah, that the
Cat-
Nike fit. It was
Cat Young
Nike.
is yeah,
It
bro.
was a
I
Nike
did
commercial.
not know they had a commercial together.
Yeah, that's when they was rookies. Like I don't want to say rookies, but they were young.
Oh,
Ben
wow.
ain't had no facial hair. He had that little flat top, whatever he be wearing.
So it was D'Lo, Cat, and Ben Simmons.
And then it was
Yeah.
one more, wasn't it?
They had like a couple of the
Oh,
commercials.
I see it.
But you know,
But look how
D-Lo-
young they look, KB.
Yeah, bro.
D'Lo
that's
got
crazy.
in trouble with the phone situation with Nick Young.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
was making
I
fun
know.
of it. Yeah. So
Nick-
you have seen it.
No, I knew
He knew
about
about
the phone situation. Because
But that's why he
Nick
threw-
Young still talk about that phone situation
Yes.
to this day,
But
which
that's
is
why
crazy.
he took the phone. He like, man,
Very
Cat, you
crazy.
ain't gonna need this.
They still, the fact that they still talk about that.
Hey, bro, speaking
He
of
on a
Nick
whole
Young,
other woman.
did y'all seen Tim Hardaway Sr. on Gil's Arena?
Yes.
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
no,
Talking about
Gil's
Tyrese
Arena.
Halliburton.
No,
yes.
that's when he was on Run It Back.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
He was
thought
talking
he
about
was
Jimmy
too.
Butler on Gilbert.
He might have did both.
He
but
might have
the
did
clip
both.
I
'Cause I
saw
was just
'cause
watching
Michelle
when he was
Beadle
talking
there.
with. He was literally talking with
Said he
Gil,
was
Nick
the
Young,
front
and them,
runners,
so.
man.
Yeah, and he was talking about Tyrese Halliburton on there. He's saying like, if I was in my prime, I wish I could lace him up and bust his ass. He be talking that shit.
Oh yeah, that's when Halliburton actually responded to that.
I
He
saw-
responded. He said, "Tell the people the real reason why."
And I want to know
I
why.
want to know why as well.
Because this is all over the map to me.
Back to Nick Young though, because he was trying to explain to them like why Tim Hardaway's explaining why they couldn't play into the play in the '90s, or whatever. And he was talking to Nick Young. He said, "Oh yeah, you wouldn't have made it." He said, "Your ass would have been too weak." He said, "You would have been in the game. You wouldn't have had the mentality to make it to the league." And I'm like, "Damn."
Damn.
Tim Hardaway just be talking.
Hey,
bro.
Christian, let's book an old guest for Teed Up, man. We can just ask him. That's an 2-hour episode. Why couldn't they play in the 90s? And just let them talk.
He said on Run It Back, like, yeah, man, Bo is just as talented as Victor Wembanyama.
yeah.
Hey, that's that Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq say the same stuff.
And I'm
bro.
like, be fans of Bobo. Bobo has shown that he can be an NBA player, which is
Yeah.
dope. But these people are setting Bobo up, man.
there's a gap.
He's not asking for this. He's not asking for you to advocate for him to be as good as Victor Wembanyama, bro.
He just want to be in the league.
He just want to hoop and do fashion. That's what he likes, hoop and fashion, man.
We know because we talked to him.
And that was really all he cared about.
Not even that. He didn't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, true.
He talked about the fashion.
Yeah.
Started asking him fashion, and he started to he went from 2 words to 5 when you talk about that.
This morning, maybe I'm a bit cynical here. I think Shaquille O'Neal has an NBA award vote. Do y'all think that's the case?
Wait, say that again.
I don't-
Shaq has a vote for the NBA
No, I
awards.
think he said he didn't.
Okay, perfect. Then I don't care no more. There's a clip of him and Lefko in their show where Lefko was like, man, the Detroit Pistons, they playing great basketball right now. And Shaq say, I don't give a damn about no Pistons. What, they 8 games under?
So he's just going based off.
No, because last
Last year they was even worse.
55 games. Like,
But like, I don't even. They are so damn good. I don't
Where
even know
has he been?
I don't know.
hey, that's the type.
Where he has a basketball TV show and podcast. Where has he been at?
They're
That's
36.
your
And,
uncle.
they're 36 and 29.
And Lefko's like, no, I think they're like 6 games over. And he was like, well, I don't care. They're boring as hell to watch. It's like, are you
clearly
watching?
didn't
Because
watch,
right,
yeah.
are you watching because you
Yeah.
thought they was 8 games under? And then Lefko pushed back again, like, no, they've been fine. He said, but they ain't gonna win no championship. It's
What
like,
the-
Oh my God.
Shaq,
Oh,
that can't be the way we do it.
But
dog.
you know, he might have some bitterness.
That's what the
Detroit-
comments were saying. It's like he's
Oh,
still mad
yeah.
about 2004.
But like, you got to get your flowers. You got to get your flowers. You can't hold that grudge for that long.
I'm at the game right yesterday. They playing against the team. The other point guard wear number 2. He not even tall like that. Dude, old dudes behind me. I don't know. They might not even be going for nobody. They was just watching basketball. Man, give it to K. Cunningham, man.
Oh, boy.
Give it to K. Cunningham.
Did he look like Hay? Like he's
Yeah,
a light
little
skinned
hair.
brother?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's light skinned. But I'm like, What are y'all talking about?
Give it to Cade Cunningham.
Ain't Mount Carmel like a real big sports school in general? Like, didn't
Donovan
Donovan
McNabb
McNabb went
went
there?
there,
Yeah, okay. All right, well.
Tim Hardaway Jr. though. I mean Tim Hardaway.
Just too much.
You a fan of his?
Can't say I am.
Okay.
But I can't say I'm not a fan. Like, I'm indifferent. I don't really give a damn. Shout out to Chicago, though.
Y'all think we will ever get to the point where the old heads start to
No.
acknowledge,
No.
like respect the current
No.
generation?
I
No.
think there's always going to be a portion of old heads that's just not going to rock with it.
They not
Even our YNs are going to be old heads and doing the same thing. Watch.
No, I think LeBron, Steph, and KD, they going to set the standard of what they would want.
That's what they said in that Olympic documentary. They was like, when we're done, we're not going to be like those other guys that get on and talk trash.
And
I think Kevin
the
Durant loved the game too much.
And I think the
personally.
younger generation are going to follow that.
I think some of them will be because not all of the old heads do that. But the ones that are going to talk, they're not always the Kevin Durants. Dirk ain't on there on team. He gonna be on. He gonna be on his own thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Is he
saying?
NBC or is he Amazon? He's one
thought
of the
it was
new.
NBC.
I think it
might be
was
NBC.
one of them, yeah.
Shout out to NBC.
Melo also
Melo-
signed a deal, too, with NBC.
Yes,
I
he's
think both
NBC.
of them signed.
Jamal Crawford's NBC as well. Tariq's NBC.
It's going to be is Melo on commentary?
He might be on the studio show if I had to guess.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
It's going to be nice to see him talking to hoops.
All of the guys that you named, they don't be on that though. So maybe
Yeah.
they will. Maybe they will change. Jamal Crawford definitely don't be on that. Dirk.
No, I think Blake and Dirk are Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think Blake and Dirk are Amazon.
Blake is a comedian guy,
Yeah.
so I don't know what.
You right though, Jamal Crawford. He's like an advocate.
Yeah,
for
he
it.
don't
He's
like
been doing
he'll keep
play-by-play
it
quite a
real,
bit,
bro.
too.
He'll
He
keep it real.
I'm not play color. He's been doing color commentary every once in a while
Yes,
for
he
Knicks
did real
games.
good. He did real good.
I watched him play against the Jazz for whatever reason earlier in the season. I was like, is that Jamal Crawford? Yeah, it's Jamal Crawford.
so yeah, maybe all right. Maybe all right. Maybe all right.
Vince Carter's good.
But you know, it's always it's all it need is for 2 or 3 guys. For
sure.
you know.
And then Kevin Garnett's been a big advocate for it, too.
Yeah.
So for
I like
him to be an
KG
OG,
because he called it as it is.
Yeah.
But
And
he
I think
also
that's how it should
respects
be.
it a lot.
No, I think that's 100% how it should be. I don't have to kiss your ass, but I'm going to call it how it is.
Yeah.
And then you just take it how you want to.
Darrick.
What?
That wasn't an upset basketball player that approached me. That was a foul.
Hey, was that thing real? I seen a post.
Did y'all see LeBron talking to Richard Jefferson about that?
Yes.
I saw that people got it, but I didn't watch it.
And I think LeBron at one point was like, when he said, "I'm talking to you as a father, I just can't." And I think that's when Stephen A. said that. That's when LeBron flipped.
That's what put it back in my head. LeBron saying like,
What an amazing thing for Stephen A.
"Hey, the greatest." That's why when you was up there like, "Man, don't that motor," I'm like, "Yeah, but are you willing to do?"
Yeah, I'm definitely not willing to do that for $100 million. But
You know what's funny? On his podcast with his son, he said it ain't near the number that people are reporting.
He did say that.
But he said what?
It's not near the number that people are reporting.
As in, like, people are reporting too high?
No.
Because if it's $150 million, then
But did he use the word near?
No, it's something like that. He said it's not.
He did say
Did he
like
just say it's like, it's
what
not
people-
that
it's
number?
not accurate.
Yeah, like.
But
But
I
it's not
the report
100
said
million.
over 100 million. They didn't give it like 122.
I don't know if he
100.
said near, but I think he was just saying like it ain't. Because
Yeah.
the 100 million was the word that they
Yes.
was using. 100 million, 100 million, 100
And he
million.
was saying it's not that number.
Yeah, exactly. He was
Yeah.
saying you won't know what it is either, though.
And his son was like,
His son or his nephew?
I think it's
"Is
nephew.
his nephew? Oh, I
Yeah,
thought that
yeah.
was his son.
No,
You
he
have
got
a
2
son.
daughters. Yeah,
Yeah.
he got 2 daughters.
But no, he was like, "Nah, because we rich. So, that ain't all your money."
I really do like his nephew, though.
No,
I
I
think
do.
he a good
I
character.
only seen his nephew on one of them.
I like he funny. He gives it a whole different vibe.
He's a good character for sure. And I
Nah.
hope he's playing a character that's not who he
That's
is.
what it seemed like. He
Yeah.
playing a character.
But he played well.
I like that.
And also, he might actually talk shit like that with Stephen A. Smith
I'm sure,
naturally.
yeah.
So like,
My
it just feels normal.
favorite Stephen A. is when he is in drama and he get on his serious. Because I tell you one thing.
He's good at building things.
Yes,
off the show.
he is
That's
incredible.
a superpower.
That's
a
why I
superpower.
like him when it's not the debate show. Or sometimes he might do it on the debate show when somebody try to check him. He be like,
You remember
"I'll deal with you when we come back."
Yeah.
I be like,
remember
"Oh,
the
yeah."
Kevin Durant thing?
Oh yeah. Huh?
When he was beefing with Kevin Durant, he said, "Give me that camera right there. You do not want to mess with me."
I'm a bad enemy to have.
Remember who we go off on? You remember he's like, man, before I got on this show, I talked to my past. If you want to, you can.
Yes,
yes. Who was that?
Bro,
Hey.
that was was that Jason Whitlock?
That was Jason Whitlock. That wasn't on ESPN.
No, that was that
Because
was.
he said I called my high ups. I let them know.
I'm a DM.
You mother.
Hey, he was cursing so much.
I'm telling you.
That was the most I ever seen him curse.
The best thing Stephen A. has ever done was make his own show. That's my. I don't watch debate shows like that, but boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be watching Stephen A. show when there's some drama. Stephen A. He know how to make the drama cinematic.
He said, "You fat."
But then they was mad at LeVar when LeVar said, "Well, Jason Whitlock can't tell me nothing but if it ain't about snacks." Hey man, shout out LeVar, man. I missed that was the gold. That was man. Did we ever see LeVar and Stephen A? LeVar went on.
LeVar was on first take. That's when he told was it Molly? Oh no, that's he told Molly you can switch gears with me at any time.
Oh my gosh. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
That
That
was
was
making a big
thing.
deal. LeVar like, I'm married.
Yeah.
I'm just talking. I'm married. Come on now. That's when LeVar was public enemy number one. Just cause he was a supportive dad.
Yeah.
Being a supportive dad and people getting on you is actually kind of crazy. But he was talking a lot of shit.
He was.
But I don't blame him.
But it
I
was
would probably
only
do
in
the
defense
same.
of his sons.
Yeah, I would probably do the same thing if my sons was in the league.
No, he lost a foot, and he was like, MJ still can't guard me.
That's LeVar.
I think that's funny.
That's LeVar.
Okay, so we got some other Western Conference teams playing good basketball. Minnesota Timberwolves on a 5-game streak currently.
With Julius Randle coming back.
Julius Randle's back. They're 10-0 in the last 10 games that Julius Randle plays.
They
Thoughts
just beat
on
the
them?
Spurs, right?
They just beat the Spurs.
Rudy Gobert is back.
Rudy Gobert had a +8 or +20 in 18 minutes or something like that. Vibes are good right now with the Wolves, which hasn't been the case for all of this season. And they're half a game away from the Warriors, but unfortunately for them, the Warriors are still winning too. So they can't. They've been struggling.
Yeah,
to
you
jump
can
up.
only do what you can control.
All you really
So-
got to do is just stay consistent and just stay at this pace, and you just gotta hope the Warriors go through like a 2-game slump. Now, boom, you right there.
I've had mixed feelings on this team all year.
Yeah, they go through stretches where they do look really good, but then they go through stretches where they look kind of mid. So
That's one of the reasons I really want them to not have to be in a play-in, because I don't know what I would get in a play-in game.
Yeah.
Even if it's against somebody that they're superior, then they'll
like
handle
right now they would
business.
play the Clippers. That would be a dogfight ass game.
They could beat the Clippers.
No, they will, but I still think that'll be a tough.
James
gritted out
Harden,
team.
look at them chops there, Rudy. He asks for that pick and roll every time.
That's true.
Yeah, one of the biggest tarnishes to Rudy Gobert's legacy is James Harden, because they went against the Rockets every year in Utah, and they like, see, he can't defend in the playoffs. It was really just James Harden being amazing.
That was one of the craziest stretches ever for like media, because like literally could no one guard James Harden, but everybody bashed Rudy Gobert for not being able to guard
was
him
the
just because
defensive
he
player of the year.
won defensive
DPOY.
player of the year.
You gotta be on the guard when you win that award.
And they do the same thing with him and
He couldn't guard
Jokic too.
Terrence Mann either, could he, Mike?
Nope.
He lucky they traded him to Atlanta. He lucky.
Terrence Mann would have been looking at them chops too.
Hey,
Nah, they
it
ain't
feel
never gonna
weird
see
seeing
each other
Terrence Mann
again.
in Atlanta.
It
Unless
does.
it's two games in the regular season.
But no, in all seriousness, I like Minnesota when they play in this way. They shoot the ball really good too. I don't think they get enough credit for how good they shoot the 3 ball.
Especially Nas Reed. Nas Reed be letting that thing fly.
He does. Him, Nikhil, and Mike Conley. I like them. I like them. So I'm rooting for them. I just don't want to see them get in the play-in. I think top teams should be a little scared because this is a team that do have the makeup of like a really good team.
Yeah,
They don't have the team of last year, obviously, but you got Rudy back line in the defense. You got a star and a go-to guy in Anthony Edwards. You have Nas Reeds.
Anthony Edwards is a big playoff riser. Like,
Jaden
he
McDaniels
showed us
has been
last year.
aggressive. You got guard play with Mike Conley. The young guys are getting confidence coming off the bench.
Dante's hitting shots again. Finally.
Yeah, Dante
Bro,
is
that's
knocking down
been
shots.
a real big thing. It's really gonna come down to the confidence because this is a team is just like every team is gonna go through it, but especially with Ant-Man and his ability to get to the basket and everything like that, teams are really gonna gap up against this team and like dare everybody to shoot like Julius Randle or
Hey,
JD
but I think that's
McDaniels.
why Ant-Man is playing the way he plays.
You talking about like shooting?
Yeah,
shooting
you
well?
can't gap him up if he's willing to pull up in your face for 11 times in a game and make him at a 40%
See, that's
clip.
why I look at it different. Sometimes like if you go underneath the screen, fine, I'll pull up. But sometimes the rim just isn't there. So it's like you don't really have that chance unless you're literally about to go into 3 or 4
But that's what
bodies.
he was saying. He would start. He's like, they don't want me to drive, so I'm shooting. But then on top of that, I'm also making them.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do now?
I mean, he's the person you got to worry about regardless.
But then you have Nikhil almost shooting at a 40% clip. Nas, Dante is making shots again, and Mike Conley has never been a guy you just leave.
And Jaden McDaniels is eating up a lot of space now.
Yeah.
Where, like, he's not just being a catch and shoot guy.
He's putting the ball on the
He's
floor.
putting
now.
the ball on the floor, creating for himself. They ran him as the primary ball handler sometimes in that Spurs game that I watched. I think this is a scary team for these higher seeds, man. I truly,
How would you
truly
feel
do.
if your Lakers went against them?
That's exactly what I asked him
we
yesterday.
asked it yesterday, and I kind of kept that same energy today. I was just I wouldn't necessarily be scared that we're playing
Would you
against
rather-
that team.
Well,
I brought back up the Warriors. Like, if we were going against the Warriors, I'd be a little bit more
y'all will
nervous
play, if it
versus
starts
them
today,
with
y'all
the
would play the Warriors.
For sure, I agree with you
Yeah.
on that. And I'm not saying the Lakers, you should be scared, but
No, there's definitely do we want to face this team? Because the playoffs is really matchup.
Probably
based.
would've had the Clippers, right?
Yeah.
out of all three of them.
Is Kawhi gonna be playing?
Never know.
You never know.
No, he's going to be playing, man.
You never know with Kawhi.
He's going to be playing. Is Bron going to be playing?
Oh, he playing.
I'm just
It's just one of
That
those
girl ain't
things
gonna be
like,
back.
I was just talking shit.
You were one of the 2 best teams in your conference. Well, here's Anthony Edwards in a really good supporting cast for your Usually you're the 1 or 2
But
seed.
that's,
You
I
get
think
a
that's just the
cakewalk.
beauty of the
there's-
West.
yeah, that's
though.
what I was
That's
gonna
the
say.
beauty of the West. We just talked about the East. There's 3 teams out there that have a chance.
Yeah.
The West, we can kind of go down the list and be like, well,
If
even
things
Steph
break
Curry
right,
could make
yeah,
some
if
shit.
things break right.
He could make some shit happen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I've been liking what I've been seeing from Minnesota for sure. Julius Randle's comments have been pretty encouraging. Can he keep that same mindset for the rest of the season plus the postseason? We don't know. But right now he's bought into doing the other things. And I think the last 4 games he's averaging almost a triple-double, which is super
That's
impressive.
what you want to see.
And
from
he had
him.
0 turnovers and 10 assists in that one game versus the Spurs. Now the Spurs, the tallest dude that was hooping for them was like Keldon Johnson. Like Bismack got some minutes, but eventually they went super small.
Yeah.
And Julius Randle bullied them for the rest of the game. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from them, especially if Ant gonna continue to play like a top 10 player in the world, and all these other pieces are gonna flow together as well. They got a kind of cool looking offense right now too, as they've got away from here's a post touch Julius Randle, go to work, and Anthony Edwards work in isolation. Rudy Gobert as a short roller has been pretty okay. And then Nas Reed is a good passer out the short roll when he's the one setting screen. So you're seeing that ball swing until they get the shot that they're looking for. You're getting some backdoor cuts from Jaden McDaniels and Mike Conley. It's been fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing that Julius Randle struggled with when you talk about come playoff time is doing the other things that impact the game to influence winning. The fact that he is playmaking at a high level, he's rebounding the ball good, he's locked in on the other side of the ball. So if he can continue this up and just be a threat continuously on both sides of the ball, I think the sky's the limit for them. Like they could really go far, especially when you talk about Anthony Edwards being such a playoff riser, and they always got the defense to lay their hat on. So if they could do that and they could continue to play at this pace, they can upset a team if they really locked in.
Hypothetically speaking, they upset the Lakers. Hypothetically, Mike. Would they bring back Julius Randle? Would that make Julius Randle more attractive for them in the long term, or do they still
potentially.
go?
I think it really comes down to the asking price.
Yeah, and also I think Julius Randle, without question, is probably opting into that $30 million. Even though he's playing good now, I still don't think he's opting out and testing the market.
Does he have an option?
Yeah,
this year?
he's got a player
Okay.
option.
I think he opted out.
You think he's opting out?
Yeah,
I think they might just try to go get Kevin Durant, though.
that's true.
I think they might just try to
I
get Kevin
forget
Durant.
that
on the
Kevin Durant
roster.
is basically available.
And then you would probably have
Once
to
you
then
trade again.
then he would
Kill
have
me
to
with the
probably
Suns,
opt
'cause
out.
he just out there.
And then you
man.
sign and trade him. But then the Phoenix Suns would also have to want him at that asking price. Because I don't think you want to. If you could do that and you could use him instead of using Jaden McDaniels as the trading piece, you would love that. But do Phoenix want Julius Randle? That would
Maybe.
be-
I was gonna.
I mean, I
if
guess it
comes
also
down
gives
to,
you a
like,
really good
if it's a-
all-star level talent back to
Yeah.
pair with D Book and Bradley Beal, so that way you're not completely bottoming out.
Yeah.
So I guess at that point, yeah, especially when you're talking about Phoenix doesn't really have the. I mean, Phoenix, the KD trade has already been rumored, and it seems
It's
like
inevitable.
happened.
Yeah, it's a
inevitable.
mutual thing, so they don't really have the leverage. So, yeah, you're going to get Julius Randle instead of Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, you think about all they gave up. If you say to your fan base, what we got back after we gave up 5 first-round picks plus Cam plus McHale, and we get back Julius Randle, and but that might be their reality.
But you would be getting back Julius Randle for him to clear off the books the next year. You're not getting Julius Randle to build the future with them. At least I don't think so.
I mean, in order to make the money match, it would have to be more than Julius Randle, obviously.
Yeah.
Unless you restructure Julius
Randle's
Randle's deal.
either he opts out and you sign him to a little bit more money.
Now the fan base, I'm not selling that to the fan base. Right? We just want
He on a new contract for a year.
No.
Just crazy money you just bringing.
They probably have to
I'm
agree on the
good
length of the deal. I definitely wouldn't give him a 4 or 5 year deal.
I could see Julius Randle in that Suns jersey, though.
I could too. You can't give him a 5-year deal anyway. I think the max you can
Oh
give him
yeah,
is 4.
yeah. I think only Minnesota could give him a 5-year deal, right?
I'm not sure, but if anybody could, it would be the team that had him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
don't understand their caps situation too much because obviously you got Nas Reed coming up for his contract.
Nikhil.
And Nikhil Alexander Walker. And one of the reasons in my mind that you trade Karl Anthony Towns is flexibility to bring those guys back. So I don't know what that means for Julius Randle necessarily.
Do we even know what a Nas Reed contract looks like at this point?
No,
Because he
but
is going to get paid.
It's going to be lucrative for sure. Career high, 14.8 points per game
It's
or
not
something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if he
It
may
ain't
want
30,
to.
but it's going to be.
He may
20.
want to come back. I don't know if he will
That's true enough.
because he's gonna have to get paid.
Because like his market is crazy. Everybody wants a Nas Reed, especially when you talk about he could play the 4 or the 5 for you. I wouldn't want him to be my full serviceable starting 5, but he could definitely give you some really good spot
What you
minutes
want him
there.
to be?
The
If starting 4?
Yeah.
Because if you pay him $30 million, he's not coming off the bench, my boy.
No, for sure. I think he's definitely a really good starting 4.
No more 6 man of the year talk for him.
One thing I want to talk about is the Toronto Raptors. When was the last time y'all watched a Raptors game?
It's been a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I watched-
can't cap.
I didn't watch, but I seen R.J. Barrett. The anniversary of his brother's passing.
I did see that clip.
Yeah.
They're trying to tank, right? We saw them do that against the Orlando Magic. That's where Jacoby Walter hit the game winner when they went trying to win. They by far, like by 7 percentage points, have the easiest schedule left in basketball. Their 3 hardest games left is the Pistons once, the Mavericks once, and the Warriors. But listen to all the bad teams they got to go against left. They got the Wizards once, the Jazz once. They still got 2 Hornets games, 2 Brooklyn Nets games, 2 76ers games, and 2 Spurs games left.
Somebody got to win the game.
This is a team actively trying to tank. But I don't know if they're going to be able to be as bad as they want to because those teams I just named, the Hornets, the Wizards, they're going to win those games unless they shut down like a Scotty Barnes for the last 15 games of the season, which I don't know if that's what they want to do. But I don't know if we've ever seen a team have a 15-game span to end the season with that weak of a schedule left.
I know if they were in the playoffs, boy,
Perfect time.
That would have been the
Man.
perfect time to have a stretch like that, bro. If they were one of them teams who just needed like a little bit of a run, that would have been perfect. But I mean, the Nets are gonna try to win.
Yes.
That's without a doubt. Who else do they play?
They
You said
got
the Hornets,
The
who
Hornets
probably
twice,
from-
Spurs twice,
The Spurs are gonna try.
76ers twice.
De'Aaron Fox, they're gonna try to win. They're all gonna. But the Hornets and the Wizards and the Jazz, I mean, somebody got to
The
lose. Somebody gotta
76ers
win.
started Butler, Grimes, Edwards, Walker IV, and Yabusele last night.
Yeah, I mean,
What a crazy
How much Grimes
turn.
put up?
35 of them things.
Wow.
Yeah, 35.
Grimes is
that's crazy. The moment Paul George said he about to lock in for the playoffs,
He's shut down basically for the
they
season.
pretty much just shut.
You might as well bring the podcast back, brother. You ain't doing nothing else.
Hey man, shout out to my boy.
Getting
Pete.
fits off.
My boy Pete.
He's still locked in and he's still locked in.
He rehabbing.
Yeah, he getting ready for the playoffs.
Getting ready to watch them to break down the playoffs on the podcast.
Oh, that's what he was talking
That's
about.
what he was talking about.
Oh,
Hey.
that's exact. Okay, I like that. I like that.
No matter what you say, he still got 200 mil coming.
Yes, he do.
Oh,
I can't take that away.
And
okay.
his podcast deal ain't cheap. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, okay.
Oh, definitely probably not.
Oh, okay.
And they got the
Oh, okay.
they got DraftKings. They got one of the gambling
You all in
companies
his
on
pockets. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
it. Somebody riding for their best player today.
Oh,
Their
okay.
favorite player.
Oh, okay.
The
My favorite
76ers.
player is over there. Rest in peace.
Oh, I was about to say Ray Allen.
Kobe Bean Bryant, man.
I could have swore it was Paul George.
But those
No,
two
it is.
things,
You know me.
those two things are attached though,
Him and Kaka.
because right now y'all know the 76ers pick is top 6 protected. They have the 6th pick right now, like 6 best odds. The Raptors only a half a game beneath them. So the Raptors playing against these bad teams, and the 76ers playing with this bad lineup. The 76ers have a world where they pretty much secure their pick. Like if they jump up to 5, it would take 2 teams jumping beneath them into the top 4 for them to lose that pick.
Yeah.
Which is it's not the
Extremely.
most unlikely thing, but it's
extremely
rare. It's
unlikely.
rare that you see 2 jumps. Usually it's like one singular team. It's the Atlanta Hawks jumped up to get Zachary Richardson or stuff like that.
It's
so.
good that Philly has they pick, man, because this season would look a
well,
lot worse. Than they did.
it's not guaranteed.
I mean, it's,
At this point, it's close to it. If things break the way they wanted to,
Yeah.
they
At least
keep
they have a
losing in the
chance.
Raptors. Yeah, yeah.
This is just crazy to see that team be 22-42.
Who?
The Sixers.
If somebody asked you when the season started, because we all were pretty bullish about them, good offseason, Joel Embiid's going to be healthy, and yada, yada, yada. If somebody sent you a screenshot that they were 22-42, what would you have thought happened for them to get to this
Joel
point?
Embiid was hurt.
Just
Yeah,
the whole
Joel-
thing, Joel Embiid out for the
Joel Embiid
season.
was hurt.
I honestly think that if Joel Embiid was out this season, that still wouldn't have been enough for them to be this bad, in my opinion, going into the season. If they told us Joel Embiid's missing the whole year, I would still be like, they're a 34-win team without Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Paul George is going to be all right.
Tyrese
Maxey's going to be good.
Not enough. Their
I would've
team,
thought
their
a
team
duo
ain't
of
stupid.
Mac-
Their team ain't stupid crazy.
I told you they
With
were starting
Embiid- with
Yabusele as center for
With,
like
yeah,
majority
with
of the
Embiid,
season.
that team was like, oh, okay, because it's Embiid.
Remember, Drummond was one of the best backup bigs you can get
He's a
at
good
the
backup,
offseason.
bro.
For 10 games,
sure.
that Joel is going to
But
make.
he's
don't
been
get
way
me-
worse than anybody
Drummond's gonna
expected.
get them boards too. You ain't gotta like he's gonna get those boards, but it's not no winning team at
He
all.
should have just
It's
stayed in
not.
Chicago, man.
No, he shouldn't.
I'm also expecting Paul George to miss a certain amount of games every year. So, not this many games, but I would have expected him to miss games. So, and none of y'all are thinking Paul George is coming in and play 82 games.
No, but I would have thought that a duo of Maxey and Paul George would have been enough to get them 35, 36 wins.
Because even when Joel Embiid was out, he wasn't out for the season, but it was just those 2 dudes. They still
was look
terrible.
terrible. They
Yeah,
look
they
bad.
And
Because
that was
Paul
way worse
George
than I
wasn't healthy,
expected.
right? And then Paul George came back and they gave him that ball. I'll never forget that.
Oh,
Who was that against the Suns? You had
I
money
think
on
so.
that or something?
Oh, yeah, that was a Suns
Yeah.
game. That was a Suns game.
Yeah.
Where Tyrese Maxey had 35 or something.
And then
he was
Paul
just sitting
George had the
around.
ball at the end of the
Yeah.
game. I'm just like,
Welcome, new guy. Take us home. No, he ain't really doing that anymore. I also want to talk about the Heat, because this is one of the worst looking Heat teams. The Heat have been like the Pacers in the sense that they're always consistently decent. At the bare minimum, they're
Yeah,
going to be
you
decent.
respect them.
Nowadays, you're like, you can have them being up by 12 going into the 4th, and you don't believe that they're going to win that game no more.
it's kind of crazy because they were actually a team that was doing really good at one point throughout the season, especially behind Tyler. Tyler Hero was doing really good. Now I don't know.
Offensively,
They just can't
suck.
put up
Yeah,
points.
offensively, they really
cannot
haven't been able to put up points. And
man.
They lost to the Hornets last night for people at home.
they have games where they don't crack 100. And in today's
They
NBA,
barely did it last night.
you said what?
They barely cracked the 100 last
and
night.
in today's NBA, if you're not cracking 100, it's kind of hard to win. But last night we did have a game where both teams didn't crack 100. It was the Rockets
Did
and
you
the
watch
Magic.
any of that game?
No,
Yeah, neither did
I
I.
didn't catch it.
It was one of those games. It's like, I'm going to show my cards right now. I can't watch the Orlando Magic anymore. I get too frustrated.
Can't score either, huh?
They cannot put the ball in the back. How many points did they score last night? 84?
84. And Paulo had
points
25 of those.
in regulation.
There were several teams last night that had 100 points in damn near 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And you can't put up 90 and
Can't put
4.
up 90.
Is this an overhauling offseason? Well, we know the staples.
Right.
We come back and this is like an entirely different roster? Or is it
entirely
just
different
subtle?
roster? No.
I'm just going based on the track record of their front office. I don't think so, bro.
But
Yeah,
this
when
has
Brian
been-
Windhorst says they don't call people, I mean, somebody has to call them.
Yeah.
And what intriguing pieces are teams calling for besides Paulo and France? And those
I think
those
people
calls are
still
going to
be
be, and those calls
interested
are going to
in-
get hung up anyway.
But I'm not taking all of that shit I'm not taking that as they ain't never picked up the phone, never will. That's not what I'm taking that as. So he says that you think that they are never going to pick up the phone ever in life.
Not
No,
ever.
it's the opposite. He said that they're not calling the Bulls. Say Kobe White. We want.
That's
Kobe
what I'm saying.
White.
They're not making the calls ever because he said that you just don't think that
He
there's
said he
never
asked
a chance.
executives around the league. and
Right,
he said-
I hear
yeah.
that, but so you think that they're never going? This is a disappointing season.
Yeah.
This is getting more and more.
It's definitely putting pressure on them to do it.
I'm trying to
That's
think
what
about
I'm saying.
what was the last trade they did as a team. Is it literally the Vucevic trade 3 years ago? Like
Yeah.
not it don't have to be all-star meaningful, but like one that you got in a rotational player. I think they've had the same roster since then and just drafted.
Well, yeah, because they have been in the state where that's all they should have been doing. Yeah, the Paolo that was a rookie, Franz, and they were starting to turn it up a bit.
I mean, no, they traded Aaron Gordon. Was Aaron Gordon before?
That
or
was the
after
same
Vooch?
week. Aaron Gordon and Vooch.
Oh, that was
traded
the same week?
Yeah, and
Oh.
Fournier. Yeah.
And then they started to suck, and then they just drafted. Now it's a time, like at this deadline, in this upcoming offseason, where they should be now.
I would be
Pick up
pissed
the
if they
phone.
didn't do something
Yeah,
this offseason.
yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would be.
Not,
I
it's
know
not
with
just I,
Brian
but I've seen
Windhorst-
a lot of Magic fans that were pissed they didn't do anything at the trade deadline, and that was just you could have made a small move,
I know what Brian
but
Windhorst
you
said.
like nothing.
Okay, cool.
The last deal they did was in 2013 where they acquired Patrick Beverley from the Lakers for draft compensation in a 4-team trade, and then they waived Patrick Beverley. 2013 was the last deal they made.
You said
Trade.
what? 2013?
2023.
Oh, I'm about to say.
But y'all knew it when 2013. Fucking Vucevic
yeah,
got
that's what I'm
traded.
I was
Yeah,
about to say 2013. Holy.
So that was just on some bullshit. They weren't even doing
Then
anything.
before that, in 2022, that's when they acquired PJ Dozier and Bol for Michael Carter Williams and stuff. But so 2021 was the last meaningful deal that they did.
Yeah.
Which to me seems accurate because the last few years they were building the team.
I'm sorry, they didn't. That was 2020. I'm thinking about. They didn't do anything in 2020.
They haven't had a
And what was the
solidified
2020
team
deal?
in years.
Shit. Never mind. 2019 is when Vucevic got traded to the Bulls.
Oh,
Sheesh.
Were the Magic in the bubble?
Um,
No, right?
I don't remember seeing them in a bubble. Like I don't remember a Magic
Me
moment.
either.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
On top of mine, I'm gonna say no.
Oh no, Jonathan Isaac on one knee. They were in the bubble.
Yes,
Yes,
they were.
yeah, they were.
Yes,
Yes, they
That
were.
was a memorable moment.
Yep.
He's had a career arc with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
He's actually like,
He's a really good player.
I'm talking about the
I
He's
didn't
actually
see him
what?
on
the
any of that.
views.
What happened?
He's just switched it a little bit.
Yeah,
What was he switched to?
Oh.
I think he's probably switched to more moderate, more so
Yes.
than full conservative.
He was definitely way more conservative, and now it feels like he's in the middle.
Yeah,
So you're not fucking with some of the stuff that's going on right now.
He should.
I agree. All right, y'all want to talk about the weaknesses of NBA teams?
let's get it.
Where y'all want to start?
I've started to be like UP
Got to write it down.
and try to be more physical.
I write my
Physical?
stuff down too.
Because there's less distractions when you're doing this. If I'm on my computer, I can have fucking 4 tabs up and not really locked into what I'm trying to do. But when you writing it down, you just writing it down.
I've been on the same shit.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Are we?
I don't bring it, but
No, we smart.
I definitely started using my notebook, and it feels good to use a pen again and just like I don't know.
Dude, my
feels
handwriting
a little
has
bit different.
fell off, bro.
Gotta
Oh,
write it
my
down.
handwriting has always been bad. I remember my mom used to tell me I wouldn't get a job because my handwriting was so bad.
Look at you
It's
now.
supposed to
like,
help your memory too, writing it down.
What your hoodie say?
Hustle, loyalty, and respect.
Fashion over for men?
No, it's John Cena.
You knew that was John
see,
Cena?
You don't see the John Cena logo?
Nope.
No, I don't.
It's the chain. It's the C.
Well, I can't see it because hustle, loyalty, and respect is all over.
Oh, well, it's right underneath it.
Okay.
But no, this is from Chalkline. They always got good wrestling merch.
Oh, okay.
Is that a legal site?
I don't know.
They just take it down.
Right. I was gonna say.
you know
Well,
how
no, I would assume so.
You know how
'cause-
you get down.
No, I would think it is because CM Punk reposts it sometimes.
Oh, okay. Word. Yeah. They
So
probably got
I
the
would
licensing
think
deal.
so.
Because I see
Unless he's reposting legal stuff.
I seen him with a antisocial club shirt. I'm like, oh, you got the antisocial club? He's like, man, I got this for blah blah. I was like, oh, damn.
It was anti.
No, it was anti-racist.
But they bit that off of the
Yes.
antisocial
Yeah, they
club.
did.
And so I thought you had got the drop. I'm like, damn, there you tapped in. He like,
I damn near don't even know where that hoodie is.
I know. I know. Well, no, I didn't mean I said. I thought you were finna say I didn't know what that brand is.
Oh no,
But you said like, yeah, I don't
I've
know
never
what
been able to get an anti-social hoodie because they always sold out.
They are. That's why when I saw you with it, I'm like, that boy tapped. Let me see your handwriting.
Nope.
Is that bad?
You got chicken scratch.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I'm all over the place with it.
You got a doctor's handwriting.
That's what Wayne say.
Without
I'm a
no education.
I'm a doctor. They don't understand my writing, so I stopped writing. That boy a
I
dog.
love me some
Yeah.
Lil Wayne.
Oh shit.
And that was is that Dr. Carter? So I stopped writing.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
doctor. They don't. He said, like a thief, it takes time to be great. Man. So picture me like a gallery. Capture what I say. All I need is one mic. All I need is one day. Hey. All right.
So
What's the first team?
we obviously are a super positive basketball podcast, but no team was without its flaw. So we trying to. What is the biggest flaw for these NBA teams? Somebody throw one out.
I'll go to Cleveland Cavaliers. We kind of talked. We did some of these briefly yesterday, but we didn't have enough time to do all of them. The Cavaliers, for me, it was the small backcourt. Like, realistically, I know it hasn't been a problem in the regular season, but when you talk about a 7-game series and a team being able to scheme and attack, and the Celtics are a team that does that a lot, where they match up Hunt and Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell. They could definitely be guys that they're gonna hunt for those guys. We even saw Tatum sometimes even hunt Evan Mobley. So that's the one thing for them, because you got to really nitpick with them.
You definitely got to nitpick, and I have a very similar thing. Because in my mind, it really is just those two teams. So I'm like, what is their weakness in comparison to the Celtics? Is the way I kind of looked at it. Because I think that, the second round they could see the Bucks, and that's not no cakewalk. I would think about Cleveland versus Bucks, but I'm assuming that they do end up getting to the conference finals. And I did go with overall just Darius Garland being so small.
Yeah.
Because you can't take him off the court because how important he is for your team. But also we see a guy like Tatum will try to eat that alive. And Darius Garland is a fighter. The last time they played, he had a couple possessions where he really got that stop. But I'm thinking about a 7-game series when it's 5 minutes left and it's close. How do they either prevent Darius Garland from being on that switch, or how do we get it so that it's not just food for the Tatums or the Browns?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some coaches in the past, like Steve Kerr, found a way to not. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what he did, but he found a way to not allow Steph Curry to end up on switches.
It's just so different though, because I think that I was gonna say if these two teams met in the finals, and they did meet in the finals a few years ago.
Yes,
it's a lot easier to do it on a team against a team that doesn't have the shooting of the Celtics.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if we don't want this switch, let's blitz. Let's blitz.
Yeah.
But Tatum can make that pass, and Derek White hits his shots.
Yeah.
It's trying to figure out that tug and pull. And when you talk about Steph Curry and his championship era, these teams weren't as lethal from three as this Boston Celtics team.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Because there are times I remember legitimately there's one game where somebody is setting the screen and Steph Curry pats Draymond on the butt, like, I need you up here as well, and they were able to get that stop.
Or like that one play where he was on the island and he called
and
then they switched mid-play, and I was like, so, yeah, you really can't do that.
I remember people was using that as a negative thing for Steph Curry on Twitter.
Yes, the
What a
way
time,
that specific play.
He do look like he was scary, though.
He was.
He's just smart.
Nah, that wasn't smart.
Hey,
You gonna get the switch and you gonna wait till attack? No, Klay Thompson, come back, bro. Come back.
Now he will sit in that chair, though.
He's still small.
He is. But like I
tried.
like this I feel like this version of Steph
What's sitting in
defends.
the chair?
This version of Steph defends better than he did back then.
I don't ever think he was a bad defender. I think he was the worst defender on the court.
Yeah.
But he played with
What's
some
sitting in the
all-time
chair,
defensive
though?
players.
I be saying sitting in that chair, man. You getting that
Well,
stop?
he will give you some possession where he will sit
You
in the chair.
say he trying?
Yeah.
Okay. My thing was keeping opponents off the offensive glass. Nitpicking. I think since the trade deadline, they 21st in opponents' offensive rebounding. I always use it as a coach's mindset when I'm watching. I hate turnovers, and I hate teams being able to get second chance possessions, personally. So, yeah, keep guys. Because when you think of their front court, I was surprised to see that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Should nobody be getting offensive rebounds on y'all, man?
Y'all always got a 7-footer on them.
Yeah,
at least two. Sometimes.
Dominating the glass.
And if it's not them, it's like Dean Wade, who's 6'10". It's like they always gonna have a big ass body.
I went with the others. Just even off last year, it felt like it was just all Donovan Mitchell. We need the other guys to step up. Like
This team feels dramatically different, though. But
Was
I
that
do
game
remember
6 where he was
had half the points or
disgusting,
something.
bro?
Yeah.
He had like 50 of 100 points. Yeah. I can't wait till we get to the postseason, dog. Like I like this part of the season too, but it do feel like a little drag at this point.
Yes.
yeah.
Because right now we're just waiting to see what the seedings is. Like that's the only real battle. You're not learning anything new about teams 67 games into the season. It's like where would they finish and who would they go against? So postseason's going.
I don't know. I think you can learn some things because I feel like the trade deadline was so dramatic that like
you learned about the Lakers, you learned about the Warriors.
they got DeAndre Hunter.
But for like the Rockets, I don't think I'm gonna learn anything else from the Rockets. But I'm gonna watch the Rockets.
The Rockets for sure are a team that's probably, but like the Warriors are a newer look team. A lot of the teams that I have my notes for are trade deadline here.
I seen on your rotation from yesterday, you had Lakers Brooklyn on there, and I was like, oh, okay, he tuned into the Lakers now because that's probably a game not crazy people are really tuning into.
Yeah,
I'm still getting tweets from that. You see Miles Bridges. People do not understand that was like a joke on this show.
Yeah.
I like y'all are crazy.
He has been hooping though. His last 5 games have been like 28
Insane.
points per game or something like that. I don't care though.
No.
I have not clicked over after because I get the notification. Oh, so and so got 30. I have not clicked over to see like I want to see if he
be a
get
Clipper
40.
soon.
I'll be all right. You said he'll be a Clipper soon? He was almost a Clipper, wasn't he?
He gonna be a Clipper.
He was
soon.
always a Clipper this year because they buy into rehabilitating your.
Bro, I keep seeing his damn video, like all his viral shit keep going. Like when he's basically just rapping into the microphone.
Yeah.
I see that shit like once a day.
I saw a TikTok when they played against the Cavaliers. This had to be Friday night. Of a dude recording this. He was a Cavs fan recording this TV after the game. And he was like, Darius, do not shake his hand. Don't, because him and Miles Bridges dapped up. He's like, we don't want you associated with him. He dapped him up, though. It was just funny. All right, next team.
His bars be crazy, by the way, too. You know that you heard some of them bars, Mike?
Yeah. I don't remember verbatim, but yeah, he do be going crazy.
He be saying just like finna tap an X like I'm playing a video game. They're like, what? You know you're an NBA player?
He did the thing that we thought about doing 12 years ago. Like the basketball reference song where you just rap about
basketball
NBA stuff.
We still gonna do it because we invented that.
All right, next team.
Let's do more top teams since we got a nitpick. Let's get them out of the way.
Let's get the Thunder out of the way.
Yeah,
then.
Thunder.
What do y'all think is the biggest weakness?
So for the Thunder, I had don't get to the line and put opponents at the line. Opponents average more free throws than them. So stop hacking Lou Dort.
Yeah, for me it was just like 3-point shooting consistency. Like Lou Dort's gonna get all the shots he wants. So is he gonna be able to make teams pay for leaving them open? And that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I got 3 different things. They're kind of the same thing that y'all talking about. We've seen recently that teams have been throwing a lot more zone at them.
Yeah.
And that zone can give them struggle for like a 2 to 3 minute stretch.
Shout out to Chris Finch.
The second one I had was like, obviously there's a talent drop after Shea. And I do want to give J-Dub a lot of credit, but in that postseason last year, it did feel like we wanted him to step up more. He's a better player now. He's an all-star now, but I want to see him step up when they start
really
to
is
send.
An all-star.
Is that crazy?
Yeah. Well deserved too.
No, the all-star from this year is always going to be blurred because they played.
The motherfuckers played 3 minutes.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, yeah,
The new guys played a 5-minute game, basically, and lost, and then they was deuces. Alperen Şengün, don't even have a memory of him on the court.
Yeah, don't feel like he was an all-star because it's not there for me. He's an all-star, but like, you have that moment where it's like, oh, man, look at. Nah, it just I don't know.
Yeah. That was my thing is they kind of got to rely on J-Dub to have damn near another jump coming into the playoffs. And that's just unfair for somebody young as he is. And like, he's already been so damn good.
I think to counter that though, they do have Chet now, who I think gives them a lot offensively that they were missing last year just because it was pretty much relying on Shea and J-Dub essentially to having to carry everything. Chet has shown you that offensively he really brings a lot to the table, and whether it is him catching and shooting threes or him putting the ball on the floor or him posting up against smaller defenders and making them pay. So Chet just gives them a whole different look.
I just hope he don't have one of those years where I feel like he always getting hurt.
Yeah.
I want to
because he has been sometimes day to day.
I feel like when you had an injury, sometimes it kind of snowballed into just ticky-tack all over.
I want to say that I confidently feel like in a 4-game series with OKC, and it's just any team, Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe probably going to win one of them games.
You think so?
I think they're going to have one of them games where they combine for probably like 40-plus points or something like that.
I can see that in the early round.
Aaron Wiggins been playing with such an all-time confidence.
He's so good, bro.
He's so good. Like
just sitting around. Where is he from? Maryland? Where did he go?
Maryland University.
Just sitting around, man.
I remember when he first got picked up or whatever, and I was like, who the hell is this A. Wiggins? I was so used to seeing Andrew Wiggins.
Who would you rather have today on your team, Andrew or Aaron?
Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins.
I don't know, dog. I got.
I don't
Shit is
know.
all good when you're in
I was gonna say
OKC.
it's cool when you got your big homie
put
right
you on
there.
the- put you
You
on
got
the
a couple
Bulls.
big homies right there that
Put
they
you on
got
the
his
Bulls,
back.
and that's Patrick Williams instead of Shea you out there with.
Oh man, he did come back yesterday, and Stacey King was so pissed because they were on the fast break, 2-on-1 fast break, and then the defender bid on Trey Jones and failed, but Trey Jones had already passed the ball, and Stacey King like, go dunk the ball. And he shot a corner three and bricked that bitch.
Oh my God.
And then like 2 possessions later, something similar happened with Modest. Modest put that ball on the floor and dunked it.
Yeah,
He's like, see, that's what Patrick Williams need to learn. Like, damn, we in year 6. And you talking about he need to learn how to drive the lane when a 19-year-old did it in game 12?
I've never really been a fan of the 3 in transition unless it's certain players. Especially when you have the advantage.
Right,
When
you
it's
want
that much
Grayson
of an
Allen,
advantage, for sure.
Luke
If
Kennard.
if you are the shooter and that's your that's your thing, then
And he's
yeah.
shooting 32% this
You
year.
preferably
so go
want a
dunk
white
the
guy in that corner. Knocking it down.
My last thing for OKC, and again, this is all nitpicky, is that like they're probably not going to be the best 3-point shooting team in most of their series.
Yeah.
So how do you make that up? They've been able to do that very well. They're one of the most dominant regular season teams ever, but the postseason is just a little bit different where you need some more of production from them.
Yeah, what do you counter if a team comes out of his 20, 25 threes?
Because they give up corner threes all the time. Like, that's part of their identity. And earlier in the season, teams were making it, but more recently, teams are making that three. So what do?
And last night,
still
Peyton
won.
Watson was making it.
Yes, he did. All right, let's get another contender out of the way, the Boston Celtics.
For me, it was Porzingis as hell. Last year, we saw them go on that run with him essentially not being there. But I do think if you want to go back-to-back and with the East getting better, you're going to need Kristaps Porzingis to be on the court and also playing at an all-star level.
Yeah, I went with something I mentioned yesterday, is that sometimes I feel like they get too matchup hunting happy, where like that's all their offense boils down to.
Yeah.
And it can be really successful when you get the switch and then Tatum is on the burner or Brown is on the burner. But sometimes if those shots are not falling and you still bringing in this player into the action and they're getting the stop, it's like, okay, what is our plan B? And sometimes I feel like the Celtics don't pivot to plan B early enough when plan A is not working.
Yeah, I never really been a fan of that either. I think sometimes, it also just becomes predictable. Mm-hmm. And like for a defense, if I already know what you're going to do, and as an opposing coach, if I'm a high-level coach, I can kind of plan and scheme against that because I know exactly what it is you're going to want to do, and you're not going to resort to plan B that quickly. So I think the best teams always have that plan B and that second option. It's like they ready for it.
Y'all know Joe Mazzulla's brother is a coach in the NBA as well?
No.
In the NBA?
Yeah, assistant, obviously. But
No, I knew that, but like where?
I've read it this morning. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick. But I had no idea until this morning.
That's crazy.
That he was an assistant coach.
Do they got the same last name?
Yep.
Oh,
It's
For
like
what team?
Joe and James Mazzulla or something like that. I'm trying to find it real quick.
that's crazy.
But I read it this morning. Like, wait, what? Joe Mazzulla got a...
So James
brother,
is probably
young brother?
going.
Wait, you said it was a big brother or is his
I don't know.
younger
I'm
brother?
trying to find it real quick.
Because Joe Mazzulla is young as hell for a coach.
Justin Mazzulla on the Jazz. Thank you, Devon.
Justin Mazzulla on the Jazz. Okay. So he probably gonna be due for a head coaching job soon.
Maybe.
I was gonna say, what make you think that?
This is Joe's brother.
So that
So some team
some
might
more
take a
nepotism.
chance.
yeah.
They be like, it's got to be something now, right?
He played at George Washington.
Was he good?
Very good question. Don't know the answer to that.
I'm surprised Pierre didn't know that.
What? Sorry.
Where Justin Mazzulla played college.
Joe
How
Mazzulla played at West Virginia. I don't know where Justin played.
He played at George Washington.
George Washington.
Oh, then no.
Hell no. He had blonde tips in his head.
He had
How old
blonde
is he?
tips.
He's younger than Joe Mazzulla, so he's
Oh.
a super young coach.
Damn.
Oh, so there's potential. There's growth there.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
we got his college stats. What do y'all think Justin Mazzulla averaged in college?
15.
7.2.
15.
TPG.
Hell no. He averaged all 4 years.
He actually 2022 was his last year of college, so he's super young.
So you asked me his career?
His best year, his career, however you want to interpret it.
His career, he's probably a 9.7 point scorer. The Mazzullas are defenders.
6.
6.
But he practically started his entire college career. He played 3 years at George Washington. His junior year, he only played 4 games, so I'm assuming injury. Transferred to Vermont for 2 more years and played for Vermont and averaged 8.3.
Those are the guys that are the best coaches.
No, yeah. Because what position did he play?
Guard.
He was a guard?
Oh,
What?
he played in the tourney.
Oh, he
Where's,
did?
where's our boy Christian? They played against the 4-seeded Arkansas in 2022 and only lost by 4.
Damn.
Only lost
He was a
by
guard,
4.
correct?
Yep.
Because Joe Mazzulla was a guard.
Okay.
And
I was just wondering if they was.
he
did
dropped
they play the
13
same
in that
position?
game. Okay.
He dropped 10?
13.
13?
You know,
What year?
13 might feel like 26.
2022. Yeah, for
That
real.
might be, is that? Nah, that ain't Moses Moody, is it?
No, it's Big J Will.
Yes.
Big J Will's on this team.
Trayvon Brazile is probably on that team. Freshman.
If he is, he didn't play this game.
Okay. What about, name some other names. You got J. Will.
JD Note,
Yep.
Trey Wade,
They call him Trey Wade,
Adiz
don't
Tony or something.
Devontae Davis.
Yes, Devontae Davis off the bench. He scored 14.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stanley Umude.
JD Note.
That's Stan the man right there.
Everybody named Stanley is Stan the man.
Stan's the man.
All right, what's the next team?
Let's do the.
Some of these teams is actually
are we
hard,
saying-
bro.
Let's
to
do the
find.
Nuggets.
Nuggets. All right, bet.
Okay.
For me, it was like 3-point shooting rate, just because like they are one of the they get up the least amount of threes. They damn near give up the least amount of threes in the
No,
league.
they do.
And I didn't remember if it was still the same, but they was when you talk about in a playoff series, some teams might get up a lot, and I just don't know if the team is hitting them at a high clip, how they counter that. But they also do play they play through Jokic, and they slow the
But you
game
know
down
what,
a little
though?
bit.
They generate
I
so
ain't
many
gonna
good
lie.
shots.
During that OKC game,
Which one? The first one or the second
the
one?
second one.
Okay.
The second one. I was kind of thinking to myself because I said OKC had they had like 8 straight possessions where they just put up a 3.
Yeah.
And I understand it like shooting in this time, but like there's times when the ball is just not falling. Sometimes you just got to do some shit else different. And I was like, I kind of do like the Denver Nuggets style because they stay true to themselves. They don't really have crazy strong 3-point shooting. They're not going to just start doing it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like Christian Brown has probably been like forced to take jumpers this whole season. Sometimes he says, I don't care. I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to get to the rim. And I think sometimes that's just better than like going 0 for whatever.
I agree, Mike.
Yeah, they hit 18 of 32 last night, while OKC was 19 of 47.
So the Nuggets percentage-wise are one of the best, but this
They
is
are.
just the rate.
They just don't take a lot.
Yeah, they
big
don't take a
value.
lot of them.
They shoot 38%. Yeah. My thing is the same as you, Derek. They shoot the least amount of threes in the NBA. When they do shoot it, 38% as a team, third in the NBA. But the problem that I have with it is that they are 20th in opponent 3-point percentage.
Yeah.
So you might get your ass outshotted, and if you shooting them 2s and you ain't shooting a lot of the 3s, I can see that being problematic. But like Mike and KB said, if you're generating really good shots, I mean, you got to do what you do.
Yeah, and a Nikola Jokic post-up is a really good
That's
shot.
usually a good shot.
Yeah, what they make up for a lot of it is fast break. Like they score lots in transition. And that scares me for the postseason because it's going to slow down at least a little bit.
Yeah.
And how do you generate those extra possessions or those extra points? It really is like Jokic take us home.
Oh, no,
And he can do
yeah.
that, obviously.
And I think also Jamal Murray has been playing really good basketball as of late. So I'm pretty, especially when you talk about that game against OKC. He looked
MPJ
like
turned it up too.
yeah, and
MPJ's been really good for like a month or two now.
yeah, he has. And I think
Before
Jamal Murray when
Gordon
it
got
comes
hurt, he was knocking down Trey Ball.
42% career
when it
high.
comes to playoff season, a lot of times I trust Jamal Murray. I know last year it was an anomaly. He was pretty bad, but I trust him.
He was
this year.
banged up.
Definitely banged up.
When is he not?
Still hit 2 game winners, though.
When is he not banged
But
up?
guess who?
I don't remember. That old Lakers. Oh, Anthony Davis. He not on the team no more.
Yeah, he ain't doing that to Luka.
I feel for Anthony Davis. Y'all see his quotes?
No.
He was like,
I ain't seen nothing Mavericks related.
2 months Mavericks are late that you tuned it out. He was like to the fans, I understand that y'all lost like y'all
I
favorite
did
player
see
and
this
all-time
quote,
great.
yeah.
But I remind you, I'm a top 75 player of all time, and I can't wait to get on the court to show you that. And like I feel for him.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's put in the worst situation imaginable when you think about it. He obviously is super talented. We agreed that he probably would have been in our top 10 players of the league list this
Yep.
year if he was healthy enough. But he ain't Luka. And because of that, there's always going to be like this little stain on whatever he does in his Dallas Maverick career. It's going to be like, yeah, I could average 20, let's say 27, 12, and 3 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
But Luka Doncic is 26 years old.
Who
and he's
just took us
doing
to the
this.
finals.
Yeah, it's like, it's a real bad situation for him to be in.
He also said he don't believe that nobody knew about the trade.
Yeah.
I don't believe that shit either.
Yeah, somebody. It wasn't just a 2-man show.
Yeah.
as much as they putting it on. You know, I just talked to Rob, and Rob, no, you didn't.
If only that's how all
That's
trades
why
work.
if I was Anthony Davis, I'd request a trade this offseason.
Bro, that'd be insane.
Y'all, Nico Harris got me bent thinking I'm finna come in here and take this for him. Nope.
No, he gonna enjoy playing with Kyrie. No, Kyrie's gonna be out.
Kyrie gonna be gone
He's
for
gonna
a
be out
minute.
for
Yeah,
the
Kyrie's
portion.
done for maybe till next season.
Yeah,
Maybe the full next season.
it
I
depends.
hope,
Why would you
I
put
hope
some
it's
shit like that in the
mid-season.
air?
Jamal Murray tore his ACL around the same time.
He's not Kyrie Irving.
And missed the full extra season.
He's not Kyrie Irving.
He's not. But I'm tempering expectations.
Lakers, let's go to them.
Uh,
Limiting fast break points, and do they have enough consistent 3-point shooting? Was my
Mine is the
thing.
weak
Mine
front
is just,
court.
yeah, it's the size, honestly, for me. Like, we just
He
need
did it again. He did it again.
for me.
For me, it's the size.
whatever.
It's the size for me,
girl. It's the size for me.
But not having an actual, like, true starting centers, it's just not going to go well for a team going into a into the
Especially if you can
postseason.
play against them Nugs.
Yeah, that was really my thing. Y'all always will probably be at a disadvantage when you're talking about having a good center. Like everybody else is gonna always have a better
Luckily,
center. in
the
their
West
matchup.
ain't just loaded with centers, right? You
Right.
got Jokic.
You got Chet and Ihart, which
Sengun.
neither of them are stars, but it's like
Yeah, but they always will
They,
not have the better center.
Jaren.
Jaren Jackson, Şengün.
He don't post up though.
Quinn Post.
I don't even think it's got to be more so
Yeah.
about, like,
Yeah.
getting that
Jackson-
post touch. I think it's literally just, like, the rebounding aspect more so.
Jaren Jackson ain't rebounded.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, but when he
Jaren
get within
Jackson-
5 feet of that basket, it's probably a guarantee, too.
Jaren Jackson driving.
Yeah.
And he's getting So
Rudy
I feel
Gobert.
Zach Edey then.
Huh?
Zach Edey then.
Boom. Zach Edey.
Oh, bring Zach EDS out here, please.
You think
You
you
also-
gonna make him dance?
I don't know how many people Luka getting past, but Luka getting past Zach Edey.
If y'all ran,
Well, he's getting past to go to Jaren,
Yeah.
who's going to be on Jared Vanderbilt in the
Yeah,
corner.
he's just roaming. He's just sitting in the paint.
He said,
Oh,
oh.
I forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
hey, and y'all also might end up dealing with Zubac
Oh,
if things go right.
He might
Who
be
would you
good
rather have,
for
You
a
my
Jackson
team.
Hayes or
biggest
Zubac?
Who?
Jackson Hayes or Zubac? I'd rather have Zubac.
Wow.
You my biggest hater. You ever heard that song? That's
Character-
a Zoo- that's a
character
Zoo play
development.
For you.
Character development.
Would you rather have
Shit gonna be like when Jonas Valanciunas had 20 and 20 against OKC, but that shit did not matter
Yeah, they let him hoop that game.
no? That shit did matter.
for the first half.
Remember he had 15 points in the first quarter and basically didn't play for the rest of the game.
Who we was watching? We said they messed that game up.
Was that
Larry
Trey Murphy?
Nance?
It might have
Larry
been Larry
They
Nance.
messed the game.
They had a crazy
had a
turnover
ball
too.
black-
Oh
Val
yes,
did-
yeah.
Val.
Oh,
was
yes, he did. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Val
yeah.
was finna win them that game.
Yes, he
Oh,
was.
man.
He was going crazy in the paint.
Yeah.
My Lakers thing. In this win streak, opponents were shooting 30% on open three-pointers.
You know, that's probably
not
not, that number going up. Bro.
That's not sustainable at all.
Yeah.
And
But that's
obviously,
also-
there's some
there's-
really good
there's a-
schematic things that are
yes.
happening because they're allowing the worst shooter to shoot.
Yes.
But still, 30% is like you in your combine video.
Yeah.
So, you
We
were
have
worse
been
than
getting the
that.
better
way
end of
worse.
some of
He
these
was way
shooting
worse
nights.
I was too though. So,
Yeah.
but that's a little. It's context to it. Just
Yes.
like you said, it's a scheme thing. So like essentially, they are just daring other teams' worst 3-point, and I think that can be sustainable depending on matchups. Like, I mean, when you look, there's always going to be a team where they look at it and they say we're going to dare this guy to shoot.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I think since the Anthony Davis
Yeah.
trade, we are also just a better 3-point shooting team too.
and I also
I
think
think
they
just
do a
getting
good
the
job of
looks,
everything
honestly.
else. Like they
They're just
switch
generated.
everything. When LeBron's on the court, they're very vocal. At least he is. So I think they do the other things really well to where that part of it really won't hinder them that much. Unless the dude that they just daring to shoot just all of a sudden turns into Lou Dort last night.
Or he turns into Terrence Mann, the guy
Yeah.
that they dared to shoot in that one series. So
The Lakers are good though.
no, for sure.
I really did. My perspective on them has definitely changed.
And
'Cause
we
I
haven't
thought-
even seen a really good Luka yet either.
Yeah.
Though. So like it, in theory, it should only go up from here. In theory,
I need Austin to hit some more shots too, man.
Rui
Yeah.
still ain't
He-
playing, right?
Yeah, we
Rui's
waiting on
bad.
Rui to play.
He started off that game last night like 0 for 9, 0 for 8.
Bruh.
Take some of them accessories off.
Yeah.
And that
They're
VC
weighing
to
them
get
down a little bit.
Sometimes you got to remove your tattoo.
Grizzlies.
Turn the ball over too much. That's my number one thing, man. They turn the ball over way too damn much, man. And they give up a lot of offensive rebounds. Two things that I'm just not with.
I had the offensive rebounding thing.
I had the offensive rebounds.
Damn.
Literally.
I said that they're too unconventional.
What you mean?
Their offensive scheme is super fun, but I don't know how much it translates to postseason basketball, bro.
You think it's going to be more in Ja hands when it come down to it?
Maybe.
Oh, so
If
you
it
saying
come-
they pretty much run the offense through Jaren too much?
No,
Instead of
I don't
they
even
don't
think
they don't do the
run it through
screen.
anybody. Yeah, they're not.
Oh,
they're
they
not
run
a
yeah.
ball screen team at all. It's again a super fun watch, but we haven't seen a team like this, especially with this level of talent. Like the closest thing we had to this is Steph Curry in them.
Yeah.
But they have Steph Curry in them,
Yeah.
and this team doesn't have a Steph Curry in them.
They got a Ja now.
They do got a job.
Ja Bane.
Ja going to have to.
Ja Bane Jr.
Hey, Desmond Bane been turning up too.
And I think
Ja
I think he'll be good playoff.
You know what
time,
I thought about you?
about what?
I was looking at I think maybe yesterday I was just looking at a box score because I obviously couldn't watch the game, and I think G.G. Jackson had like 0 points, 0 for shooting, and I'm like, remember when G.G. Jackson was?
Yeah, I think he's probably just adjusting also to coming back from that injury.
Yeah, no, he was
He was-
hurt, and then they kind of just went on without him, and it
Yeah.
kind of feel like he just.
He gonna have to really. I think he gonna have to really get back into the mix next season. It's kind of hard to come back from an injury, and a team's rolling like this, and you just kind of just come back in immediately, especially as a role player. They kind of already had the established depth at that point.
How
I
old is
wish he
G.G.
was with a
Jackson?
young
If y'all had
team.
to guess,
He's
20.
19 now.
he's still 20.
He's still 20.
He
Wow.
can't even drink no alcohol. I remember. I think
He
my
probably still do.
until he have like a.
You just
That's
snitched.
crazy.
Oh, my bad.
That is so
I
crazy.
wasn't trying-
Snitch.
I wasn't snitching.
Yes, you.
I
yes,
said
you
probably.
Were. Why would you say probably?
Not about to investigate him.
Because he
Damn it.
black.
Yeah, KB probably robbed that bank.
Why is probably? Because he black.
Yeah. What about him do you say probably?
He plays in a band for his dad's church still.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Exactly. So
no, nothing about his character. Talking about he probably be drinking
because
underage.
he's black.
No, that's not why.
So why did you say it?
Just because he ain't.
Because you ain't say that about Cooper Flag.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He tied up.
I was about to say because they go out in cities and they go out, they party, you know.
Oh, I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
He's a kid.
NBA players go out.
Yes.
They find a way to make
But he's
it.
a child.
They invite him too.
You ain't hear about who was telling me that story? There was a story I either watched or was told. They was trying to go out. They won a championship. This team won a championship, and they was trying to go out. And they felt because they won a championship, they weren't gonna trip. But when they got to the place, they was tripping. They was like, "Nah, he can't come because he ain't have an ID."
Okay.
Who won championship recently?
Celtics won one. The Nuggets won one. The Warriors won one. The Bucks won one.
Man, I forgot.
Was it
The comments gonna know the story. Watch. Somebody just told a story. Like somebody got a nickname or something, and they was like, yeah, he got the nickname because of this, or he went somewhere and he was just like, I'll just go to my room, man. Like, it's cool. But they thought
Yeah.
we just won a championship. They ain't gonna say nothing. Come on, man, we going. So no, G.G. Jackson, if you don't know, unless you gave him a drink, don't put that on his name, dry snitch.
You're right.
Start
I'm
calling
sorry,
you
Gigi.
6'9".
I ain't
not
gonna
because
be,
your height?
I ain't gonna be no snitch no more.
Clip it, and then play it next time you snitch. I think my first memory when I think about G.G. Jackson always gonna be they had lost a game when he was in college and he went to Instagram Live to talk shit about the coach. I'm like, that's some crazy shit, man.
Yeah, you know who he played for, right? Another lottery pick on their team now, and their team suck.
Oh yeah, South Carolina.
Yeah.
With Colin Murray Boyles. Boy, yeah.
So they keep getting these guys, but can't
He
put
go on
them.
Instagram Live like, man, coach, man, he got like 1,000 people in that moment talking.
He just had a vent real quick.
Knicks.
The Knicks.
Let me hear it, man. Let me hear it.
How often they allow rim pressure?
Yeah.
Not necessarily shots at the rim, but the amount of times they allow somebody to get downhill enough to create something.
Just rim protection in general. Also, and this
That's
comes
us,
from
yeah.
like
Paint.
a lot of the
defense non-existent.
a lot of the games against those like teams that are we
That
look
we,
as
we
contenders
winless
in the
against,
playoffs
yeah.
or whatever.
The teams we winless against, yeah.
But they once they down, they be down, man. Like it's I feel
we
like
fought against y'all. I mean, I don't know if you consider y'all to be in that
At
echelon.
that point, they were 2
Yeah,
seed.
we fought with y'all.
Y'all did.
And y'all wouldn't have won if Jalen Brunson ain't tweak his ankle.
That's speculation.
And LeBron stepped over him disrespectful while he was on the floor.
It was warranted.
It was warned.
No, I'm just talking.
Somebody was on the
Give us some,
timeline
Jalen.
said karma because they was like cheering that Brunson got hurt and then LeBron got the 2-week grown.
That's
I'm like, y'all fans be doing too damn much, man.
You know what fans was doing too damn much?
What?
Who?
I guess Pistons fans was on Darrick ass the other day.
Isaiah Stewart, he blocked. He had 5 blocks though. What up?
That was the dumbest interactions.
I
I've
still
ever
ain't
had.
seen it, but you were telling me about it.
Did you reply to any?
No. I
That's
think
a
I
smart
replied
way
to
to do it.
Reese and I was like, this comment section is crazy.
I think you either got to reply to nothing or reply to everything.
I'll
It's
be
one-
replying.
there's no in between.
You're right. Because when I get started, I get started. It'd be so, when I'm in the mood for it, it'd be so damn entertaining and
That's
funny.
yeah.
But when you're not in the mood
He's
for it,
like-
it could definitely be annoying. But
this tweet has almost 1.5 million views.
How many
Bro.
likes?
20, almost 30,000.
Oh,
bro,
But like,
Don't let beef stew catch you out now.
it just don't even make sense.
he ain't gonna do shit.
Sucks that you a casual gang. Thought you knew ball. He ended with 5 blocks. I'm pretty sure this is the first time he's been posterized this year. He blocks those 9 out of 10.
Being a
Fan
fan,
glazing.
being a fan.
Rare
no,
D Mills
No,
L.
that's not glazing. That is cockriding.
I like you, but this take is garbage. AO take.
It's
B
not
Stu-
even a take. He
It's
got his
not-
ass dunked on. That's a fact.
there's no take in that tweet.
That's a
at
fact.
all.
He got his ass dunked on. You mad?
There's no take.
Derek,
People just
please respect my goal.
That's a fine one. 'Cause I think that's in tongue in cheek, just having fun.
Yeah. I don't know anyone here surprised that D Mills don't watch basketball. Bro got a whole job talking about shit
No, the
he don't
comments
know.
is crazy, bro. The comments is crazy. Like they not even saying some real shit. They literally
What bothers
just
me is
like
there's no take. What is wrong?
You
And
don't watch basketball.
What does that mean?
I'm literally watching him dunk on
In
him.
context to that tweet, what does that mean?
I don't know.
It doesn't mean it. The tweet for people at home that have not seen it, Isaiah Stu got dunked on by Tumani Kamara. And D Mills quote is saying, talking all. Yeah,
all I said was, all that yapping he be doing, get your ass dunked on. By Tamon.
I read it in that voice too. Get your ass dunked on.
There's no take in that tweet at all. He's a Portland Trailblazer fan. Somebody on his team caught a body and he replied to it.
And people, apparently you can't talk about beef stew unless you acknowledge that he has 5 blocks and he's one of the best
Yeah,
blockers
imagine
in the
quoting that
league.
tweet. He got 5 blocks, but this time he got caught. That's not the same tweet. It's not the same,
Watch this. He got his ass dunked on.
He got his ass dunked on.
He did get his ass dunked on.
They
For
talk
sure.
And he did
about-
have 5 blocks in 19
He
minutes.
had a good game,
I can't,
but he
I've
still
never-
got dunked on.
I've never came up here and bashed beef. Somebody also said D Mills wouldn't have this type of energy with Draymond Green. And I'm
Bro,
like,
why they own that
and I'm
shit?
like, I've had that type of energy with Draymond. I've told Draymond Green he be doing too fucking
Yes,
much.
he did. And he still do too fucking. That Carl Anthony Towns thing was crazy.
But I can't believe you told him to his face.
Hell no.
When you told that man that to his face, I said, "Hey, bro, I'm not here for no Jordan
Yeah.
Poole
That's
moment."
That's exactly what I thought was about to happen.
Nigga,
He would only do that to somebody he worked with.
Draymond just smiled at his ass like,
They used to kind of work together.
Yeah, we did.
TNC.
Oh yeah, both Turner. Yeah. We were on the Knicks, by the way. Is there anything else about the Knicks? I think we all talked
Under
about
the,
like
under the
It's
rim
basically
protection.
rim protection.
Another thing
like,
for me, outside of Jalen Brunson, nobody really can get shit cracking.
Yeah.
It's very crazy.
Y'all beat the Kings last night without him, though.
Yeah.
And y'all did it convincingly.
second night of back-to-back for the Kings. I'm giving them a
Yeah.
little pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did not show up at all.
No
They did say the
Sabonis.
second
Yeah.
night is the better
I went
night,
to a
though.
taco place. You ever heard of them called Federales?
You crazy?
No?
They
I don't
had the
think so.
game. They had the game on. I was like, this game ain't even shit.
Is it
Yeah.
local?
Like in the
Or was it
city.
a city?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, this game, y'all could turn this shit off.
Yeah, I didn't watch a single second of that game.
Carl Anthony Towns doing whatever you want type shit.
I wanted to watch it, but this daylight savings thing got my whole body weird.
That what?
I've been loving
daylight
the daylight
savings.
savings.
I mean, I like that we shot the show last night and then we walked
Left
out and
out
the sun
and the sun
was
was
still
out.
out.
That's
That
the
was
best
dope.
That's
scene.
the vibe.
But
Y'all rolled up some tree.
Yeah.
no, he did. I ain't doing nothing.
You ain't do nothing? You?
Nah.
An anxiety attack. That's what I did.
For real?
Damn.
Yeah, hell yeah.
From what? The sun?
Yeah, too much of it.
I'm being
Too
for
much
real.
vitamin D.
No, I'm just talking.
You get
Turns
vitamin
out
D or vitamin C from the sun?
What?
I always forget.
It's
What do you
vitamin
get
D from the sun.
Vitamin
It's
D.
Vitamin D, okay.
When I had COVID, I felt like I was going to pass out.
That's why the seasonal depression is a thing. In the
Boom.
wintertime, you're getting less vitamin D.
That's
so
what my doctor
therefore-
told me. He like, man, you ain't got no vitamin D in your body.
Seasonal
'Cause you
depression
been-
is so real too, bro.
Oh
been
yeah, your
trapped.
morale goes up so much in the summer, and like you just feel so
We
much
went on a
more
walk
rejuvenated.
yesterday, and I was like, I fucking hear birds chirping.
Yes,
I see kids riding bikes.
That's the best.
This is real life, man, and I love
That's
it.
the best.
like you literally see the whole world transform in Chicago in the winter. From
I
the
didn't know
summer
what
to winter.
season
And
of
it was
depression
snowing the day
was
before.
at
Yeah,
all.
no.
And then I went to the doctor. I really quarantined when I had COVID.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I drove past DCP and it was snow, no kids, nothing. And a tear rolled down my cheek. And so I'm like, what is wrong with me? And I went to go see my doctor. He like, man, since you was quarantined and you was in your basement, you had no access to sunlight, you got no vitamin D. And it's really, you're going
I love our studio. That is the worst part about this place.
no sunlight.
Yeah.
There's no sunlight.
Zero.
So if you want to take a 6-hour shoot here, you just missing out on all
Who the
this.
hell would have a
I'm just saying in
6-hour shoot?
general. Sometimes we shoot videos.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Like I was streaming here for a little bit. This is not the place to stream.
Nah, hell no.
It's not the place to stream.
Hell no. You're going to have some Cushberry muffins.
Next team, Houston Rockets.
For me, it's consistent offense. I just don't know offensively what I'm going to get from them on a night-to-night basis, and I just feel like that's going to be tough, especially when you just talk about some nights they struggle to crack 100.
3-point shooting consistency for me.
Yeah.
I think we all in the same realm. I was talking about their half-court offense specifically. I think that's just going to be the biggest Achilles heel for them in the playoff series, especially if they go against a more experienced team, which is inevitable because they're one of the youngest teams in basketball.
Yeah, and age also would probably be a thing that's going to end up catching up to them.
The good thing is they got Ime, who's one of the smarter coaches in basketball, but like he can only do so much with the talent that he has.
Relax, KB. They got a champion on their team.
Yeah, and they don't really have a true number one. So I
When
think
is that champion coming back? He's day-to-day now, but it felt like he ain't been on the
No
court in a
idea.
while.
I don't know, but they need him back.
because right now they would play
And
the
now
Grizzlies.
Amen is out.
Who would y'all take in that series? I'm taking the
Who?
Grizzlies. Memphis. They would play the Grizzlies today if it started today.
I would probably take Memphis.
Yeah.
I'm probably taking Memphis in 5.
Damn.
I think go at least 6. Yeah, I think go at least 6.
I'll give them 6.
If they were healthy, I'll probably lean Rockets. I don't know. But I feel you on that.
It's one of those things, man. The beautiful story of the season was the 2 seed at one point. Definitely got its flaws. And my question for them,
This
Is-
is when they go get Kevin Durant.
I was going to say, is it internal development to fix some of these things, or is it starting to move some of those younger pieces to acquire a guy to do it? I guess it depends on how the offseason works, or the
Playoffs.
postseason works for them. If they struggling to drop 100 in a 7-game series, then they're like, oh, shit,
I
Kevin Durant.
think you got to go for that, like, the final thing to get you over
Final
that hump.
piece.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously you drafted Ja. You were able to get Desmond Bain. What was he, like, the 20?
What the
We are talking Rockets right now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Grizzlies. I thought you were talking about the
hell?
Grizzlies getting Kevin Durant.
Cushberry muffins must be in here.
We talk about the
Where
Rockets.
you put him at? I want one.
They in the back.
Uh,
For the Rockets, though, it's
You about
it's
to-
what y'all said. It's just
yeah.
the youth, honestly, at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's so many times I watch them, and Shingon gets lost on the court for me as a viewer. Do y'all feel that same way?
Yeah, sometimes he feels like
what's your
he's-
definition of getting lost?
Like you saying, offenses are being ran through him.
Either that, or it's like it's being ran through him and it's not equating to anything successful.
Oh,
It's one of the two.
I could see that.
I mean, obviously we have games where he's the fucking shit, but I'm just like,
Yeah,
To me, it's more so like he's just not as featured maybe as last year. But I think I don't know, like even with him not honestly being all the way featured, I feel like it's still at the end of the game, it's either Jalen Green or Freddie when he's there. Like they're pick and rolling there with him. And they're kind of made like he's the second option out of the play, if that makes sense.
I feel like it's because it's just so much going on. Because last year, before his injury, it felt like that way with Jalen Green. Feel like, damn, Jalen Green, it feel like superstar flash one moment, then the next is like, nah. And then this year, I feel like Jalen Green was having this shit going on. And then Sengun, you kind of getting and not. And then Amen Thompson came out of nowhere and took over. So I could feel you on that.
did y'all, with these new nickname stuff, did y'all see the one they gave Jalen Green?
What is it?
I did, but I don't remember what it was.
It was like last 5 man.
The last.
Because you look at his stats and be like, oh, in his last 5 games, he's been averaging 28.
Oh, you crazy.
Oh, wow.
I'm not crazy. I didn't make that up.
That wasn't as creative.
I thought it was
It sounds pretty good.
Honestly, he would never accept that as a nickname. Because then it's like, damn, game number 6, I just won no shit, huh? So it's just the last 5 games.
That's such a crazy.
But then it's always going to be
he is
something
the
like
player
one of
that
those
you
games going to be part of the last 5.
I got one for him. What do you name something that catch animals? What's that
a
called?
predator.
Cougar predator.
No.
The cougar predator.
No.
I don't ever want to be known
That's
as
tough, ain't
any
it?
kind of
No.
predator.
Hey,
No, that's no. Don't put predator.
I saw you trying to get his attention earlier. I was trying to figure out what the hell
Not
was
put
going
predator
on.
on that boy name.
Huh?
Dude, yeah, you can't put
You
predator
can't
on
put
nobody,
predator on
man.
his name
Has there ever
Why?
been an NBA nickname Predator? I'm gonna look
Why
it
you
up.
can't put predator?
because it just sounds like he's doing bad
Cougar.
stuff.
It's a cougar though. His girl is
He can
twice
just-
his age. His girl is Drea Michelle.
I know.
So I'm not saying like he's not the predator. He's the cougar. It's context in it. Anybody that talk about, oh man, no. Then they. What my dad say when you got a ball head?
yeah. No NBA players ever had the nickname the Predator.
Which makes sense because now that I agree with that. If his
Yeah.
name was just outright the predator, it's like, boy, say Blake. Not Blake Griffin, the predator. Say Blake. I heard you like you better never go to cell block. Wow.
My name on Xbox used to be NPR Predator.
Yeah.
And
I remember
Huh?
What's
What is
NPR
NPR?
mean?
Money, power, and respect. That was the clan I was in when I was 12.
I remember when I first seen your gamer tag, and this is like when Black Ops 3 was out. And I asked him, why is that your name? He said, because I always be getting killed by Predator missiles. And I remember Predator missile killed him right then and there.
What the hell? I probably was never
NPR
playing. I probably
Predator.
wasn't playing Xbox. That was your name.
No, I don't think so.
What was your name?
She had to be like,
Legit sniper.
yeah, legit sniper.
Bro, I haven't turned on my Xbox in so long.
Yeah, it's been
It
a
feel
little
that
minute.
shit was
crazy.
360.
Yeah.
That wasn't even like Xbox One.
Like I just haven't. It's been months. It's been-
Legit
it's been
sniper is
months.
crazy. That boy thought he was gunning shit.
Tyler was legit Russia.
That was cute back then.
My name was P-Air
12.
12.
Where the 12 come from?
That was my dad number.
I thought that's who you be rolling with.
No, it's actually middle finger to him.
Golden State Warriors.
For me, is what am I getting from the others? Like, are they 3-point shooting that's actually been pretty good? Is it going to translate come postseason? Like, is Buddy Hield? Last night, Gary Payton II was ridiculous.
Yeah, he had a
last
career night.
So, like,
He missed the dunk.
yeah.
And then on his way down on the offensive rebound, threw the ball, but he tipped layup his missed dunk.
Yeah.
Bro, who threw
Never
that
seen
lob?
like that
do that?
before. I never seen that
the
before.
lob to the GP?
I didn't see the
Bro,
lob, no.
somebody threw him a like he dunked that shit like a big man. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what he be doing.
Like, is AirPods, Moses Moody's? Are they going
Is
to be?
Kuminga ever playing basketball again?
Yeah.
Ontario
when
told me he's
when
out for the
Kuminga's come
year.
back. Oh, what?
Really?
I was like, well, what? When you?
Wait, what source he got?
He must got better sources than us.
For real, because I
That's
have
crazy.
not
I
read
did
that.
not. I never saw Sham say that or nobody.
Let's see. Somebody got an update right here. He petty for this Instagram story.
Who?
They're hopeful that he will be ready early next week.
So he just told me a ball face. And I
Next
asked
week
him,
and out for the rest of the season. So crazy.
I asked him too. I'm like,
Later this week. So Fridays type shit.
and I
Oh,
asked,
okay.
I said several times, like, Kuminga? I'm like, what? And I got tipsy, so I must have just been like, wow. Because I should have easily pulled out my phone and
And
been
just
like,
checked.
Yeah.
Mine for me is size.
That's what I got.
They're a small ass team, man.
Draymond's fine.
Oh,
He's
You know, from it don't even matter. For what I have from the Warriors, just like the ability to keep that constant rim pressure, and then like that basically goes or faults to Jimmy in doing his job. But other than that, I guess it kind of does come down to the shooting and trusting the others. But for me, it's rim pressure.
in the Jimmy Butler era, they haven't played against a single real center. No disrespect to these guys. They played against the Mavericks. They played against the Hornets. They played against the Magic. They played against the Sixers. They played against the Hornets. They played against the Knicks without Karl Anthony Towns. They played against the Brooklyn Nets. They played against the Pistons. They played against the Trailblazers. And when I say real center, I mean like the top 10-ish centers in basketball. In the Western Conference, you got a few of those. They got a couple games coming up though. They do got the Knicks again next on Saturday, and Carl Towns is healthy. They do have the Nuggets right after that. Then they got the Bucks, who are not the center, but they got Giannis.
So they also have the Knicks without Brunson.
So let's say this, though. That's fine. He was talking about something else. Let me say this. What we cannot do in this space is we cannot have former players talking about they not speaking to Stephen A. Smith no more based off what he said about Bronny, and then go on a podcast and say some lousy shit like, Jimmy Butler was there, so he didn't play.
Hey, Draymond has done a lot of stupid shit in his career. That's towards the top of it.
I hope
that was the most dumbest shit I've
bust
seen.
his ass that game, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about 50
But
feet.
how do you go and say you're not going to talk to Stephen A. no more? Because Stephen A. said on his show when he was addressing the LeBron thing, and Draymond ain't talked to me, and I'm thinking it's because of this, from what I know it to be. So how do you go on your show and be that irresponsible? And then they correct you, and you like, oh well.
Yeah, because I think they literally asked him or whatever, or maybe he just said it during his podcast. But he's like, yeah, I didn't really do too much looking into it. And then that's when he started talking this shit. It's like, you just would have looked, you would have probably seen.
And the response being, oh man, that suck. But anytime your apology has a but in it, it doesn't hold any weight.
Yeah.
It sucks that happened to the Cat family and friends, but on the Draymond Green and Baron Davis show, this is what we do. I'm like, bro, cut it the fuck out, bro. Cut it out. And the problem is, y'all remember earlier in Draymond Green, new media. Sorry. That's it's a passionate rant. I'm sorry. Put the timer down. I'm sorry. He's turning into old media. He's the exact what he was telling us he was trying to be against.
Yeah.
He's turning
he was
into that.
The new media movement.
And now he's old media. He's old media.
Yeah. I can see that.
Sorry, I got passionate.
It definitely wasn't the most tasteful thing for him to go out there and say. Especially then once you found out that Cat was at a funeral.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of bogus.
Especially because Cat has played against Jimmy Butler a lot since their time in Minnesota. So for this to be the one that Cat was like, oh no, I can't go against Jimmy now. Like he didn't play against him the last 5 matchups.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me, bro.
He was just salty about what actually the reason was, and he knew he had to backtrack and cover his ass. That's really all it was.
But really, he didn't though. He didn't.
He didn't have to
the
say it
only
originally,
sufficient answer
initially.
to that was like, that's on me.
Yeah.
I should have done more research. My apologies to Cat and my condolences to him and his family.
And
nobody would care after that.
Yeah.
You made a mistake. You took accountability and you apologized.
And you know what's crazy? He's in the league, so he has a lot of resources. He could have easily found out.
Just easily. I mean, people on Twitter knew that before when he was saying it.
Yeah.
We knew that Cat, because Cat put it in his story.
Oh, he
Cat
did?
put in his Instagram story a picture with him and the lady that passed away, his white girlfriend's friend, or I don't know their relationship, but like an RIP pic.
Yeah.
It didn't take much research to be done. It didn't take much research. And again, make the mistake. Don't double down on the mistake.
Yeah.
That's where it gets real icky to me. That's all.
Do y'all watch their podcast?
Not even a little bit.
Oh, I don't either. I did at the beginning, but then I kind of just fell off of it.
I do find it a struggle for me personally to watch podcasts that are
NBA centric,
virtual.
Virtual, okay. Yeah,
There's like a something that's
gap.
lacking when you're not in person.
That
with
in-person
people.
connection.
And they can't control that. I
When
mean,
you say
don't
watch,
roll.
do you literally watch it?
I like watching.
I usually
Because
just
on
put
the
it
audio
on.
podcast, you wouldn't be able to tell.
I just put it on whenever I'm driving. Not that show in particular, but like if I'm listening to some shit, usually it's in my car when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Same.
I listen to a lot of podcasts though. And it might be a great show. I don't know. I literally don't know. I've seen clips, obviously, but not like I've never sat down like I got to hear what Draymond's saying this week.
Yeah. I didn't know Baron Davis was that vocal until he actually got on our podcast, and I was like, wow. Now he actually makes me want to listen to it sometimes, maybe just to see what they talking about.
Oh yeah, do it, man. It legitimately might be good because Draymond is a smart ass dude when it comes to basketball.
Yeah.
So he
and
might
Baron
be dropping
Davis
gems.
was a point guard, so we talked to him, and he seems like he has a very good high IQ on the game. So
yeah. All right, next team we're gonna get to is the Wolves. Now we're getting to play-in territory here, but the Wolves.
For me, is what playoff version of Julius Randle we gonna get? Just because stats and eye test tells you he's not the same player, and teams have found a way to scheme against him and make him seem uncomfortable. And I know that in those times he was the guy, but he also did it when he was playing with Jalen Brunson as well. So it's very interesting to see when it comes playoff time and the game's slow down and what version of him we getting. Because right now he's playing phenomenal.
Yeah.
And, like, he is doing other things. And that is something that I hope continues and translates come postseason. Mm-hmm. So that's my thing.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Julius Randle to have can we get a good playoff series from Julius Randle, dog? But we got to take the resume for what it is.
Yeah.
So even though, like you mentioned, he's playing some of his best ball, definitely his best ball as a Wolf or a Timberwolf, it's hard for me to be like, yep, 7-game series, he going to be exactly this. But if he could be exactly this, that's when things get scary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest weakness for them is the exact same thing. Just question mark around Julius Randle's production come postseason. Everything good?
What?
What do you mean? Like out of the house? Go take care of business. We'll hold it down. Yeah, we'll take care of business. Yeah. All right.
For the Wolves, though, mine is kind of going off what you said or what y'all said, but it's basically is like who is going to step up or who are the others once we make Anthony Edwards give up this ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He already came out and said he don't want to pass the ball. He don't really like them double teams. It's going to be all double teams when he probably comes to them playoffs.
Yeah, but I think he's done a good job of learning what to do when he is getting double teamed. And I think he has Jaden McDaniels being able to put the ball on the floor a lot more and make teams pay for doubling has been something that's worked. Hopefully that translates. Julius Randle being back is something. And then Nas Reed has been Nas Reed also. He's been fucking phenomenal. He's been their second best player.
He's been their second best player this year. This year. He's been their second best player.
Because Julius Randle wasn't there. I forgot how much time Julius Randle missed, but it felt like Julius Randle missed a lot of time.
That's a good. I know he missed the 5-game stretch recently.
But then before that, wasn't he out like significantly?
I don't think significantly. Let me double check though. Y'all not a fan of 2025 Rudy Gobert? No, he's played 53 games.
He's played 50. Oh well, okay.
Played 53 games. He had a stretch. No, the only stretch he missed was the one that just happened.
Why does it feel like he wasn't there?
Because it's 11 games, so maybe that's why I feel like that. He missed 11 games in this recent stretch.
Okay. It was 11 games. Okay.
And last year, he didn't play at all. Last year, 46 games. He made the All-Star appearance and basically didn't play the second half of the season.
Okay. That 11 games felt long. I don't know why, but it felt longer than what it.
Because they were running out like Jalen Clark and Terrence Shannon.
To answer that
Jr.
question, though, I'm very neutral on Rudy. I'm not hating an old crazy fan.
Is that a term for you?
What?
Because I feel like some people used to hate Rudy Gobert.
I never really hated him.
No,
it's just like I acknowledge his faults.
Yeah.
I mean, it took almost half the season for him to really gel. It seems like whenever Rudy Gobert gets a new big, it takes a minute.
So it'll take some time.
Yeah, it takes a minute. So I guess there will always be an adjustment period, or depending on who he's playing next to.
Now that they're pretty much completely healthy, I wonder, like, a close game. They haven't really played that many. Oh, no, they had the close game against Miami, but Rudy Gobert's not there. So when they are completely healthy, is Chris Finch going to be
Offense or defense?
able to be like, Rudy, we know who you are, but in this specific matchup, we'd rather go with Randle and Nas?
I think so.
You think so?
How can you not at this point, though? And again, like, I'm not even trying to pick on Rudy, but like,
But there's politics in there, right?
in history, though, you've literally seen that sometimes you haven't been able to close out these games.
Give me
Yeah.
examples.
We'd probably rather have a better guy that can switch on, defend on that switch.
Give me an example. Because last year he's towards the top of the league in switching and points per possession given up, but people don't really care about that because Luka hit a shot.
Yeah, but you know what the thing though? It's always probably gonna be somebody Luka-esque, James Harden-esque, Steph Curry. Somebody's gonna be like that in the playoffs.
I think
that
the
you're gonna
problem
have
is,
to go
and here I
against.
am defending Rudy in 2025. I don't think Rudy has been as good this year as like last year, the year before. Or the year before that, he was kind of weird as well.
That was the first gelling year with Cat, right?
Yeah.
So
No matter how good he could be defensively, he looks so awkward on the court doing the stuff that it'll never compute if he's doing something well on the perimeter.
Yeah.
Because he always looked like he's a deer. Like his legs don't move the way normal legs do. He's
bro,
not.
I watched one game. It might have even been recent, but like he had just a really good pass off the little short roll, and I'm like, I like that from you, Rudy, because it's just I'm not used to seeing him do anything really offensively except Let me drop it in.
He's got
Well,
poor hands.
yeah.
Always have.
Last year, I forgot what team it was, but they were literally like, let's let Rudy make decisions in a short roll. And he looked like he never made a decision in a short roll in his life.
Yeah. In general, bad offensive player. He sets good screens, though.
Yeah, always been a good screen.
He's always been a good screener, man.
But
And that's something I value because I've watched a guy here in Chicago for 3 years not be able to set a good screen.
who?
Vooch.
Oh,
Zach Collins has come in and set some pretty hard screens, though.
being a good screen setter is like very essential for a team.
Yeah.
Like Draymond Green has had a great career of being.
He's
a
so
screen
good at
setter.
it that it become illegal at some point for
I
him.
think what you got to remember is the harder you screen, the better chance you have the better opportunity you have to get open yourself.
Yeah,
Because if I screen him and his defender behind, that means my guy has to go help.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have my time to get open.
Let's go to the Milwaukee Bucks. Derek, you start us off.
for the Milwaukee Bucks, it's pretty much just everyone else like outside of Dame and Giannis. Well, I feel like some nights those two show up, but then you look at the box score and it's just like it's just nothing. It was no production outside of Dame and Giannis, so it just really depends on what version of the others you're getting from the Bucks. Kuzma has been solid, but the 3-point shot hasn't really came along since actually all year. So hopefully they get some sort of production outside of Dame and Giannis.
Yeah, I had this feel like somewhat of a nitpicky one, and it has to do with Kuzma. Like, how do we have Kuzma be an effective offensive player in the postseason if he continues to shoot like this?
Yeah.
Because right now he's finding his way, and he's been pretty damn important to their success since he got traded there. But I still do wonder, like, teams are going to do everything they can to build the wall for Giannis, and that's going to leave a Kuzma open. That's going to leave somebody else open. If they're not hitting shots, then Giannis has got to break down that wall, and that's a lot for them to do for 4 straight series. Like, they're going to need some type of relief.
And there's not much wiggle room financially. You can't, like, this offseason, I just don't know what the next move
Their
is.
financial move was getting Kuzma. Like, that's a few season type of move, you know?
Yeah, and you would just have to hope that within this next, 4 to 5 weeks, that he really gets his rhythm and the 3-point shot comes along, and you ready come late April.
Yeah. Or hold it until mid-April. Because imagine he shoots 32% or whatever it is. It might be worse than 32%.
PJ Washington.
And then in that playoff series, he's like, oh, my God, Kyle Kuzma hitting all of his shots.
Why you say mid-April?
That's when playoffs start.
No, they don't start till, like,
April 16th is the first play-in game.
oh, well, they won't be in the play-in.
The play-in lasts 2 days.
Because I was looking at their schedule because I was planning on going out there on the 19th, but I was like, oh, they don't have a game on the 19th. The games go all the way until April, like 13th or 14th or something like that. So, yeah, that is mid-April.
I was just saying, so you're saying exactly what I'm saying.
My bad.
Hey,
You made me confused.
I was
for a
trying to
second.
I was trying to figure out what his point was.
No,
Yeah,
the play-in is like the 16th, I think is the first day, and it goes for 3 days, and then the postseason really start. And they may not have home court advantage in that first series, depending on how these next 15 games go.
Yeah, their last game is the 13th against the Pistons.
That could be a really big game, man. The
Yeah.
Pistons are, what, a game behind them right now?
Right now, yeah.
So that could be a
That
really
could be a
good
very
last game
that
of
could
the
be a
season.
seed-determining game.
I love
Because right
stuff
now
like
they're the
that.
4th seed and they will have home court against the Pacers, but there's like a half a game or a game difference between these 3 teams.
Yeah, man. Oh, I love that time of the season.
I always feel like it's
4-5
games like that where it's 2 teams that are really close to the
No,
same
there's
matchup.
3 of them. There's the Pistons, the Pacers, and the Bucks all have the same damn near identical record. They all this last stretch is going to be very important for all of them.
And that's why, again, we saw the Pacers sit their real players for the last quarter and a half last night because they was like, man, we got the Bucks tonight. That's one of my games in my rotation. Bucks, Pacers.
Pacers, yeah.
It's only 4 games tonight.
They said Tim Hardaway Sr. finna be in attendance.
Because Atlanta ain't catching nobody. At least I don't think.
Nah.
Unless they just went out. And then Orlando definitely, they not catching nobody.
Hey, don't talk too much.
Miami not
Don't talk
catching.
like that about Orlando, man.
That's just crazy that Orlando is where they at, man.
They fell off a little
They
bit.
really was a top 4 or 5 team.
They'll be back.
last
They'll be
year.
back. They'll be back.
I hope so.
Did you say your Bucks one?
My Bucks one was Damian Lillard's size. Just because I know probably it's either going to be Cavs or Boston. Boston is going to hunt Damian Lillard out. They're going to hunt him out.
Yeah, that could definitely be something, but we'll see.
Next, we got the Pacers. This was the hardest scene to come up with. I don't have anything right now. So
No, they were definitely one of the hardest ones, even when I was like looking at the advanced stats.
because they're very far from a perfect team,
Yeah.
but they're pretty decent at everything.
Yeah, they're
So
pretty.
it's like,
they
what's going to
literally-
be their weakness?
I was literally looking through and I'm like, they're actually kind of. But maybe when it comes postseason pace, like
for the Pacers. the
yeah,
pace.
because like they play at such a fast pace. Like when it comes to slowing it down, how decent are they going to be when they had to play the whole game that way?
Mm-hmm.
That might be the only thing.
I'm going to give my flowers to my boy Reese, though. He's been playing great after
he
the
got
first
the rough
4
start, yeah.
months of the season, 4 weeks of the season, him playing rough. He had the 0-point game against the Knicks earlier in the season, and then he also had a 0-point game recently against the Blaze. Was that Tumani Kamara? I think Tumani Kamara locked his ass up.
I don't remember.
But other than that, he's been averaging like 20 points per game, 10 assists. He does not turn the ball over. He's shooting 56-48 from the field. Like it's
That's actually even when he's having bad games, the turnovers isn't a problem.
for your team to win the possession battle goes
Yeah.
such a long way. And I guess football, but in basketball as well, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's times that you don't have, like, you're not turning it over and giving other teams other chances, like, other than
Yeah.
the regular half court type of stuff.
And
You keep
usually
them
with
in the
point
half.
guards, when they're having rough games, the turnovers is something that always translates too. But with him, he
Doesn't
can
get
just not-
flustered too much.
yeah, but him, he say, I'm still not going to turn this damn ball over. I'm just not making the damn shot.
Yeah, like, but when he is making shots, it becomes a nightmare to guard
Yeah,
because you can blitz him, but you know he's gonna make the right pass.
Yes.
You can drop, and if the shot is falling, it's like,
That was mine for the Pacers. They're gonna need Reese to be aggressive. Like, he can't really have many off nights when it comes to playoff time.
that's a good
yeah.
one.
The aggression part from him sometimes wavers, and I
Yeah.
think when it comes playoff time, I know last year they leaned on Siakam a lot, but I think in a playoff series you need your number one guy, your best player, to really like take over a game sometimes and like really put his foot down.
Yeah, he had too many passive games in the postseason last year.
Yeah. And I understand Siakam is a very good player. He's an all-star caliber player. So, but
If you
for
just
them to
look at
go
it
to where
like,
they want to go, it's gonna have to be through Tyrese Halliburton and not Siakam.
if you look at it in like a broad perspective, just what teams are really going far without their best player
Zero.
being the best player?
No.
At least for the team, at least.
I mean, the Celtics won.
That's
2
what I was
playoff
thinking about
series
too. But
with
even
Tatum
they had a
looking at it.
ridiculous team.
Yeah. But other than
You
that,
would
yeah,
need
if
a-
your
yeah.
best player is not your best player, you're usually gonna lose.
Yeah, you would need a very stacked team in order for that to happen. And honestly, looking around the league, I feel like all the teams are pretty even keeled, except for maybe the Celtics when they're fully healthy.
I would still go to war with the idea that last year's postseason, Tyrese Halliburton was their best player. I know we had that argument like 3 months ago.
Pascal. Yeah.
I still do think that whole playoff run, Reese was the better player. Not that it matters, they're teammates. We're not ranking them, but like I do
He
believe
missed the last game, right? And that's when Andrew Nemhart
yeah,
came
yeah.
in.
That's when
the
Andrew
last
Nembhard had
game
his big
against who was that against?
Was it about
Oh, it was
Boston?
Celtics.
Yeah.
Celtics. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
when Nembhard had hit that big.
Yeah, I was
No.
gonna
Nembhard hit
I
that
think
big.
Reese
just
might have
remember-
played one game in that series.
I just
Yeah,
remember
he played
Andrew
game
Nemhart
one.
came in and he wasn't having a play style Reese, but he filled that role pretty damn good. It was like, hey, I don't know somebody doing that for Pascal, but they kind of filled Reese shoes
he
kind of
played
easy.
2 games in the Boston series, but the second game is where he got injured.
Yes.
So he only played in that last game 27 minutes.
Okay.
But game 1 of that series, he was 25 and 10.
And it's crazy. that all those games came down to the last possession.
Yeah.
And like the Pacers could have been up 3-1 in that series. Like that's how close it was. But they literally couldn't close out possessions during those last few
Yeah.
possessions. Like, could you have imagined that?
They
Could
got
you
that
imagine
bad
if the
bounce.
Pacers were in the finals. We
Well,
would have went to
no.
a finals game. Was that the
Hell
conference?
no.
That was the conference
It
finals,
was the
wasn't
conference
it? Yeah,
finals
because they
to
beat
go
the Knicks to
finals.
go.
I would not
past.
go into Indiana.
And then Luka would be an NBA champion.
Yeah, because Luka.
Yeah.
Does he still
Celtics
get
is-
traded? Does Nico still trade him?
Probably.
That would be crazy.
That would
Coming
be
up a
crazy.
championship, still trade him.
No, he actually wouldn't.
Nah, I think so.
Because he said Luka essentially wouldn't have helped him get to where they want to go.
Right.
And he would have done that. So he would have had to be like, damn, I got to let this dude smoke hookah and drink beers because he won me a
He
championship.
won a championship for the city. Next, we got the Pistons.
Oh, just age.
Yeah, inexperience.
And also, K does turn the ball over a lot. I know in a regular season that really hasn't mattered. But come postseason, that could definitely be something that could be a problem.
Good
Because
take,
like you
Derek.
need to really value
Possession.
every possession when it comes playoff time because you never really know how the end of the game gonna be.
That's a good take, Derek.
About
See,
the
Pistons fans, that's what a real take is. That's a take. Even that, it's a softball take, but it's a take nonetheless.
I'm saying playmaking and just shot creation outside of Cade. I think you're probably going to struggle with it because you're going to face more half-court, stronger defenses when it comes playoff time. You need elite playmaking.
Yeah, but that boy Malik Beasley going to let that thing fly.
Yes, he will. I don't give a damn about any of the play-in teams out east. So I don't have a weakness for the Hawks.
I don't have one for the Hawks.
There's no.
I mean, the Magic offense.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Magic.
Offense.
Offense.
It's just offense.
Just offense. All aspects of it.
For the Heat, I put
yes.
they have 2 number 2 options.
For who?
Ooh,
The Heat.
wow.
Oh, and you talking about Tyler and Bam?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. Tyler Hero probably is a better natural number 2.
He is
but
a more natural scorer
but
from
he
like being
is-
able to
yeah.
put the ball on and create more, but I think it's still at the highest peak. It's probably be a number 2, if
They
not
have
number
2
3.
number 2s and a number 3. Andrew Wiggins. So like,
Just imagine if they get that one.
yeah, they just need a 1. It might be KD.
It might be. Well, I don't know how you get KD.
The KD sweepstakes gonna be crazy. Everybody gonna want to be in that.
That's 4 people you paying over 30 M's.
And
No,
that
it
team not
is.
winning shit. I'm
No,
sorry.
they not.
They just not.
But you got 4 players making 30 M, over 30 M.
Over 30, that's Bam's next contract, I think, is $48 million.
Well, how much is A Wiggs at?
That's 30-something for
Yeah.
sure. That's 30-something for sure.
No, he's saying Tyler, KD.
Oh,
Aaron,
okay, my fault. Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron Wiggins, not Aaron Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins. I still fucked up. And Bam, 48 million for Bam.
So
is crazy.
Bam has 34 this year, 37 next year, then 48, 52, 56 on this new extension. It's a lot of money, dog. Shout out to the Adebayo family.
Oh,
They did a little portion in that
he eating.
Olympic documentary about his past. I didn't realize he grew up in such a rough situation.
Oh
It's
no.
like trailer park.
Oh wow.
and
Where's Bam from?
One of the Carolinas, I want to say.
Oh okay.
Somewhere around there. One of the Carolinas in that area.
Sounds about right. I ain't gonna lie.
And
I'm gonna say South Carolina. Yeah.
South Carolina,
Yeah,
okay.
got confirmation. South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay.
so for
I did
him
not
to
know
make,
he grew up in a trailer park area.
to make this much money.
Do you
Crazy.
think he gives back to that neighborhood?
I don't know.
How about you?
Because I feel like sometimes, like you grow up in a spot, but you're not attached to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he moved when he was 7, so there's really no attachment because he only spent 7 years and don't have
Because if
any
your high
memories.
school reached out to you and asked you for a donation, would you do it?
No. Our high school is rich. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if my middle school or my grammar school, Lovett Elementary, they was like, I would more donate there.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the funding or the resources. Hinsdale South, man, the kids now, they all got laptops and tablets. They all right. They don't
Yeah.
need no donation from me. But where I'm from,
Yeah.
they could use that probably more.
A
In
lot
Hinsdale
more.
South, you see 6 Benzes in the student parking lot.
Correction, though. Sorry to cut you off. I got to take P spots since he's not here to cut
Okay.
you off. Mr. Basketball of North Carolina for Bam.
There we go.
So North.
Okay.
Shout out to Bam. Also, last team that we have is the Clippers.
For me, it's just what is the offense going to look like if James Harden really isn't going when it comes playoff time? And I just think at that point is we just haven't really seen James Harden consistently give us great basketball throughout a playoff series. And Kawhi isn't playing bad, but he also isn't playing at like an all-NBA level. So like offensively, what are we doing at that point? So that could just be something for me.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right now. Norman Powell injury. Because I feel
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
he's-
Bro,
I
they
don't
were
know.
saying he shouldn't have came back against the Lakers. Like, they brought him back prematurely, and now he's, like, re-injured again.
Yeah, they said he was out at least 10 days. That was 5 days ago.
Oh. So I guess he
Is that gonna mess up his? Because some of the awards don't have the 65 game thing.
Oh,
Is that gonna mess up his most improved player
MIP?
candidacy?
Does MIP have the?
I'm not sure. He's only played 46 games with 16 games to go. It's over.
Yeah, it's
He's
literally
not gonna hit
impossible.
65, man.
Oh,
But again, I don't know if that's one of the awards that you use
Yeah.
65 for.
or would the voters care? Like, obviously, I have to.
His
care.
name wouldn't be on the ballot. If
Yeah,
it
no. If
wasn't
his
there.
name is still on the ballot,
I would still vote for him.
you would still vote for
I would
him.
still vote for him.
Okay.
What was
Personally,
his
but I don't have.
injury again?
Devon just confirmed you do need 65 for MIP.
Oh, so Kay Cunningham won the award.
Yeah. Let's see. Does FanDuel have? Like, if you go on FanDuel, is
You're gonna have odds
Cade
up there.
essentially just the
You think it's minus money? I would guess it's minus money.
Yeah, it's probably minus money. But like, is it like
Minus 300 would be my
For
guess.
Cade?
Yeah.
like when Vic was like minus 900 for DPOY?
Trust, I'm about to look it up right now.
I'm trying to. You might beat me though.
I'm gonna be okay. Most improved player Cade is minus 250,
Okay. So they still saying it's a slight chance.
and then Dyson Daniels is plus 220. Tyler Hero plus 3,000. Christian Brown plus 3,000. Evan Mobley
What
plus
did we do
750.
to the MIP award?
Christian
man?
Brown should be really
I
underrated.
just feel like
in my
this
team, man.
isn't a Cade Cunningham award.
Yeah. The only argument is that he went from really good to a superstar,
Yeah.
which I respect. But he also was the first overall pick.
And he was like we already knew what he could be.
Yeah.
He just needed a good team around.
I feel like you was a jackass if you counted Cade out last year. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like I think this is a Tyler Hero, Christian Brown.
Christian Brown, if it ain't Norman Powell, I'll probably go Brown.
Yeah, I feel like those will be my top three, and like Tyler Hero, Christian Brown, Norman Powell. Like those will be my
Say his
Dyson
name right,
Daniels.
damn it.
Christian Brown.
Brown.
I thought it was Braun.
It's Brown.
Okay, Christian Brown.
Right?
Yeah, it is. It throws me off too because
'Cause
it's
it's-
phonetically not spelled
It's
like that.
Braun when you look at it. But I remember not Kevin Harlan. Why am I blanking on my guy's name? Bang. Mike Breen.
Oh,
Mike Breen was making, not making fun of it, making a little bit like joke about it being Brown instead of Braun. So I'll never forget that.
okay.
But it's never spelt. Because also it's like Brown on Brown action in that one game that they played Celtics
Oh
versus.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, this is
Nuggets.
this is one of their award, man. I
let's
feel
just
like
throw it
would,
in the trash.
I feel like it would just mean so much more.
And the context to it is there, like the narrative, like they literally lost KCP in free agency and they needed somebody to step up. He's been amazing for them this season.
Yes, he's literally been amazing.
I actually like J-Dub too for a most improved player.
Yeah, that Jada wouldn't be a bad pick.
End of
either.
the lottery, right? 13th overall pick,
Yeah.
14th overall pick, was good last year and then turned into an all-star this year.
I mean, Tamani Kamara was a second-round pick.
Yeah,
Look
talk
at him.
about
He's been amazing this year.
I think he got another league to go, so maybe next year. since he-
And maybe next year he
Maybe next
he
year.
let them know.
DPOY is minus money for
Jaren or
Evan.
Evan.
Jaren dropped to the 4th.
Damn.
He was when the Wembanyama news came out. Jaren became the favorite, and now he's down to 4th. Which I'm
Who's
so
above
surprised.
him?
Who's above
Oh, he's
It's-
out with an injury. That's why he's
Oh.
currently not playing. That's
Who's
why.
above him? Emo?
Emo gets a
Dyson
3.
Daniels?
Dyson Daniels, one more.
Lou Dort?
Lou Dort.
Oh,
good
Lou
job.
Dort. Shout out to Lou Dort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all guessed the top 5 in Rookie of the Year.
Alex Sarr, Zachary Richard.
Alex Sarr is number 6.
Khalil Ware?
Oh.
Khalil Ware is above Alex Sarr for whatever reason.
Jalen Williams.
Wait,
Not
wait.
Jalen. Not-
How is Khalil Ware over
I don't
Alex
know why I
Sarr?
said-
But yeah, he played great for 2 weeks, and I'm not trying to shit on it
Yeah.
all, but like Alex Sarr has been the better player this
Yeah, he
rookie
has.
season, right? Okay.
I don't know why I said Jalen Williams. I'm gonna say Jalen Wells.
Jalen Wills is number 2,
Um,
plus 1,000 at number 2.
Zach Edey is probably still up there too.
Zach
right?
Edey's number 4. Y'all ain't
And
mentioned
then-
the guy, I don't think. Who's the winner?
It's not Ricochet. It's
Richard Shea's number 3.
Oh,
Friend of the show, my homie,
I'm blanking.
college champion.
I'm blanking, KB. I know who it is, but I'm literally.
Dreads. Dunk contest.
Oh, see, I'm still blanking.
Spurs.
Oh, Stephon Castle.
Okay. I'm like, how many hits I gotta get?
He been playing so well, I forgot he was a rookie, man.
That's crazy.
I literally look at my bad, Stephon.
That's my boy too. Anytime
You got his number?
No, so
That's not your boy.
Okay, you good call. Good call. You're right. I always think that like when we interview people and we talk to people, how many of them gonna remember? Stephon Castle's one of the ones that,
Yeah.
I saw him again at All-Star because we did a shoot together for the NBPA. He's like, yo, Kenny was good. I was like, oh shit, yeah, this is about to be fun.
He was asking, like, because he was one of the few people that was talking about maybe doing something on his own, like with media. So I'm
Hey,
not surprised he
spoiler,
remembered.
he bust my ass in NBA trivia.
Really?
Nah. But he bust my ass in 2K trivia. I beat him in NBA trivia. 2K trivia, he knew who was on every cover. I don't know. I don't look at the cover of the game. Who was on the cover of 2K11 or 2K21? Do you remember?
No.
Exactly. I don't know. I
No,
literally
I
don't
think
know.
Kyrie
I think
was
a part of that is also because we don't go to the store and buy the game no more.
Yeah.
But we look at the shit every day when we
On the
load it
loaded
up.
screen.
Yeah.
We literally look at that shit every day.
You probably don't look at the loading screen. When you turn on a game and you load it up.
The last loading screen I
remember
remember to a T was Paul George when he had that long ass loading screen.
Yes.
When that shit was literally like, we all hopping on 2K, y'all gonna have to give me 10 minutes for my shit take 10 minutes to load up.
Yeah, you probably picking up your phone to look at your phone when you hit the loading screen.
Do you think you like if I said 2025 2K25, who is on the cover? That's the game you're playing right now.
I don't even remember.
That's crazy, right?
I haven't played it in months, so I wouldn't know.
Jason Tatum's on the cover of this.
Oh yeah,
year's
it is because he got the shoes. Yeah, last year was Devin Booker, right?
You also in 2025 you have the A'ja Wilson one, and then you have the Hall of Fame one, which is Vince Carter, where he's like half of a statue. 2024 you said was who?
Devin Booker.
Nope.
Is that
Is that Luka?
Nope.
Does Luka have a 2K cover?
It's Anthony Edwards.
Nope.
Anthony Edwards don't even got a damn.
It's the Black Mamba.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense because it was a 24 year.
And then the WNBA version was Sabrina Ionescu. 2023
is
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker and then Giannis.
And then they also had a Jordan edition. And then this shit just threw me off. There is a J. Cole version of 2K23.
Yeah.
What is this?
Remember he was in the game?
I don't remember. I swear I don't
remember
remember.
you had to go to the studio
You had
and
to go
make
to rap. Yeah, you remember you had to go
go
rap?
to the studio and make.
That's so
Make
great.
And you
song
couldn't
with J.
continue
Cole.
until you actually did it right.
And you had to get the lyrics
Yes.
right. Why did they do that?
And they put the thing in there where you had to do like 10 skateboard tricks.
Yes, that was Okay, 2022 is
Giannis.
Is this Luka?
This is Luka's year. And then you got the 75th anniversary that has Dirk, Kareem, and that's Kevin Durant. I've never seen this cover before. All right, 2021.
I don't know. Oh, no, he said it's Damian Lillard,
This is the Dame one. This is the Dame one. That's 2K21
Bro, this is crazy.
next gen. I have no
Wasn't it-
recollection of Zion being on the cover.
I
of 2K,
remember
bro.
that. I remember that one.
He was on the next
I
one.
do not. This cover looks foreign to me.
Is it got the blue background? Or okay. Yeah.
I cannot see. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
2K20.
That
James Harden?
No.
is
Russell?
that another year where it's not like one individual person.
No, it's
multiple
one
people?
individual guy.
Is it LeBron?
It's his teammate,
Kyrie Irving.
Anthony Davis.
Is it Anthony Davis? Well, his former team.
Bro, I gotta look at that cover
At the
again,
time,
bro.
too.
Oh, you saying that is okay.
Here, I got the picture. Does that ring a bell? I mean, you
That
got
let me
shit
see.
look weak, bro. I do remember that. That
Oh,
shit looks
you got the
yeah.
Legend Edition was Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
All right,
I
2K19.
do remember the AD one now.
Is that the Kyrie one?
No.
Oh my, I gotta be close with the Kyrie one.
Eventually, you're going to get it right. This is Giannis, 2K19. And then the
Wait, let
Bron
me see the
Edition.
Giannis one. I don't remember what it.
It's got all the words behind
Oh,
it.
okay.
And then the Bron Edition.
He look young.
Oh,
in that
I
one.
think I had the LeBron edition.
A Ben Simmons Edition for Australia and New Zealand.
Really?
2K18.
That's Kyrie, Mike.
Damn, the one time you could get it right, you didn't even say it.
I wasn't locked in right there.
Does Kyrie have multiple covers or is that just
No,
one?
but this is when he got traded. So one of the covers he's in the Cavs jersey, the next cover he's in the Celtics jersey. So that's
No,
all
I'm
it
saying like
is.
are those that's the only year he ever get one?
I don't know.
Oh.
DeMar has one for Canada.
Really?
2K17 is the long ass Paul George loading the screen. Pau Gasol had a cover.
2K16 was raw too.
Gallinari was on the cover for the Italian version.
Really?
Hey, Gallinari used to be that man.
No, Gallinari was nice, but
They
I
look
wouldn't
like
have-
they just put this together. This got no flair to it.
Have you ever seen the
He was still
TikToks
on
where
the
somebody
Nuggets
like
in 17?
basically somebody makes the NBA cover in like 5 minutes or whatever, like and using Photoshop, and they're like, "This is basically the effort 2K's putting on the covers."
Right.
I didn't know he was still on the cover in 17. That's crazy.
Either way, Stephon Castle bust my ass in that. Because they were supposed to be like, you do a year and I do a year until somebody get it wrong. Brother, I got the second one wrong. I got the second one wrong.
He was like that with it.
Yes, bro. He knew it. And he was showboating. After I got it wrong, he was like, oh, okay, and this year was this and this year. I'm like, bro, chill out, bro. We had an audience here and you trying to show me up. I catch your ass in the NBA version. I got him at the NBA. But cool ass dude though. Cool dude, man. Cool dude. I hope everything good with P, man. You ain't see
for
somebody
real.
have to run off the set.
Yesterday I was walking past, like going to my room, and I looked towards the balcony way, and I just seen a little spot of hair sitting on the balcony. I was like, oh shit, I just left Ori on the balcony. So I'm like, your pets be your babies for real, bro.
No, facts.
Yeah, you don't have. My cat sometimes be trying to go outside.
My
Like-
cat has been recently, like, she's been really curious when the door is open. Like, the doors to the hallway, she'll try to, like, go see what's out there, try to run out there. And she can't do shit out there because there's so many doors. Like, it would have to be, like, some final destination shit where everything is going right or everything going wrong for her to somehow escape out the building.
Yeah, some people do let their cats outside and let them go outside and
I
roam,
used to.
but like, my
cat
many-
used to chill out in the courtyard in my old house.
there's so many predators, like birds of prey, coyotes, foxes. There's just too many things that could kill him. And look at him as prey. So I'm just like, I'm not even.
Well,
Even
y'all
though
wanna-
cats have natural survival instincts that never left them, they're still not at the top of the food chain when they outside.
Survival Instinct's one of my favorite songs. Ever.
Y'all want to hear some crazy shit I heard about a pet yesterday?
What?
So, it's one of the guys in my Discord. He's been kind of like MIA a little bit. Like, we used to play like Fortnite all the time, and like we'll just play games together. And I was asking him like, "Where you been at? Like, you kind of been MIA?" He said, "Well, yeah, I've been helping my dog recover." And he was like, "Recover? Like, what happened to your dog?" He said his dog tore both his ACLs
Oh,
fighting.
yeah, that's normal.
Fighting?
Fighting with like the dad dog. But I guess they got into it, but like tore both his ACLs, so he's been training. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
that
dogs
sounds
can-
like a lot.
That's why they say you shouldn't let your dogs jump on furniture.
Wait, fighting? Wait, you said tearing both ACLs.
He tore both his ACLs.
But don't they have 4? Because they have 4 legs.
He tore 2
he
ACLs.
tore 2.
So half of his ACLs. Okay. Okay. He okay. For the people at home, he said everything is good. When Pierre rushed off, everything is good. Cool.
He's taking a second to read the little message or whatever.
Yeah.
But in other words, it should be all straight.
Hey, let's wrap up here, man. Let's wrap up here. We've been going
Okay.
for quite some time. We appreciate y'all listening or watching this episode of Numbers on the Board. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Go watch Teed Up with Pierre and Dreesa. He dropped the episode last week. He's about to drop another episode in a couple days. Go watch Small Ball with Kenny Beecham and keep pushing Darrick to start his own show as well.
Me and Reese talked a little bit.
The former Mavs fan.
Okay, I'm intrigued. All right, we'll see y'all in a couple days. Peace.